I doubt it. There's no damages. The city hasn't damaged me in any way other than just waste my time. We shall see, though. What up? What is up, everybody? I can't guarantee how long I'm going to go because I won't let the YouTube bots bother me that much, but when you factor in like everything else I got going on right now, it's like that was one little thing just like, ugh. Anyway. What is up? How's it going? This is the After Chat. We take your questions live. I was thinking about just getting my 705 up on here and connecting my computer. In fact, I should probably hook that up to some USB-Cs. Hold on here. We probably need to charge a little bit. Let's do that now. I'm going to plug in my laptop. I think it's got a charge, but let's see. Come on now, buddy. Come on now. It's not charging. Okay, it's obviously not that one. Next. Fantastic. I forgot this little laptop. Oh, you know what? We should do that. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Before we join the after chat and take your questions live, I do want to try out this new box from 12-volt power. So let's go to the overhead. We got some PDs. We want to use some PDs, right? Right. All right. So got oh my god. You got PD charging here, 2 PD ports. This should be the jammy jam. So let's grab any old plug. Where are my USBs? Consult the box of cables. Oh, these are all my odd cables, isn't it? Yeah. I'm just recently moved all my good charging cables into the house. So these are all my odd ones where it's like USB-A. Let's go with the USB-A for right now to USB-C. It won't be PD, but we'll see if it charges. It probably should because this is a fast enough port. Okay. And is it just fully charged? The laptop? I'm going to let that sit for a second. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go get USB-C. All right. That's not why you came, though. They face this at me so I can see it. Let's say hi to our Discord friends. Let me hop over there. Get in on the action. See what's going on.
Never a truer statement unless, of course, you're running power.
Yo.
Hey, Josh.
What up? How's it going?
Hey, Josh.
What's going on with you guys? Anything funny, exciting?
But we're just talking about things that got taken down. That's all. And other actions.
Oh.
Like the pacemaker in Florida.
Yeah, we wandered onto other people's adventures in antenna farming.
Oh, as far as like the city coming after people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have another, like, who, did somebody else get taken down?
No, not coming after. This was just a case of when I was going through the permitting when I lived in the beach town, not too far from my last house.
Yeah.
And just they had just the cases where at the second sort of just cursory last review, make sure everything was all done. That was when like 6 neighbors showed up and complaining, and the guy had to approve it because I had met all the requirements. And
Right.
so it was just, they came up with stories like one woman had said she was worried that her mother walking by was going to be, who had a pacemaker was going to drop dead as she walked by my house because I had an antenna. Just ridiculous
Oh,
things they
beautiful.
brought out like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Absolute. So they brought the nonsense out for you.
Oh, definitely. And I had to sit there without reaction. And I have a video of it because they recorded it and I saved the video. And I had to sit there without, I didn't change the expression on my face or anything. It was the hardest hour I've ever gone through.
I wouldn't have been able to make it. I would have just bust out laughing.
Oh, I had to not do reactions with my eyes or anything. I just wanted to play it stoic as possible.
Probably a good call. And what was this just a straight up permit request?
Yeah, they said it needed a special exemption hearing, even though it really didn't. That was in the law then for ham radio towers.
Yeah.
And they specifically called out ham radio towers, even though the planning person said, PRB1, which is Florida state law as well, protects him. He doesn't really need to get any of this stuff, but it was in the law. They had never changed the rules in the city, so they were just going checking the boxes on the law. Either that, or you got to change the law. And so they had no reason to say no, but it was just that wasn't going to stop all the neighbors from coming out and saying all these other ridiculous things.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best parts about PRB1 is that it goes to the point of saying people be stupid out here. Like I'll just be frank with you. Like I didn't put that in the video, but PRB1 is basically saying you can't make some kind of like eyesore law against a ham radio antenna because the functionality of ham radio has no bearing on eyesores or anything else like that. It's not related to that at all. It's strictly based off of the capabilities of the antenna. Like we understand how antennas function. We need a certain amount of antenna in the air for the capabilities we're looking for, and PRB1 protects that. That's basically my read of it. But that doesn't stop your common man, who is a part of your city, from airing who knows what kind of grievances because they just be stupid out here. Like they just be dumb. Like I don't, and that includes your elected officials. I'm not separating them from this. I'm not separating them from this at all.
Their ignorance is proven out in their diligence to get their way.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh,
if you're going to make a law about something, you should have to. If you're going to make a law about something, you should have to understand what you're trying to make a law about. Problem is that's just the way lawmakers are to begin with.
Yeah, good luck with that. Manny, congratulations, passing your general class exam. Good for you, buddy. Hope you get on the air. Hope you go somewhere for field day and have some fun this weekend. Yeah. Anyway, we don't have to sit here and what's the word? What's the commits? What's the Jewish
commiserate?
Word?
Commiserate.
Commiserate's one. There's a kibitz. It's like a Jewish word.
Yeah,
anyway.
kibitz.
Yeah. Kavitz. I'm sure Steve could tell me, but I don't think he's on right now. But yeah, what's going on with you guys? What are your field day plans? Anybody want to share a cool field day thing you guys are doing?
We're actually doing it with 4 clubs now. We have a 4 clubs joined together. So we're doing it with 3. We were doing 2, then we added 1 more club, then we added another club this year. So it's nice because we get more people and we do it at a local fire training center here. Mm-hmm. And so we have make it it's as field day should be. It's a social function as much as a operating function. So.
Very interesting point you bring up of clubs joining together. I showed this earlier, right? This is where our club is going. And why did it go to Bakersfield? Oh, there we go. So check this out. Like, let's enhance. Oh God, this. I will say ARRL. This website's a little funky. Anyway, oh Lord, every time you move it, it's got to rescan. It's like re-querying based off your location. Look at that little arrow that's right next to our arrow. Same mountain. That is the K6TY Wisteria Wireless Society. And I believe Mark reached out to them to see if they wanted to join up with us, and they were like, ghosted him. Is that right,
I
Mark?
do have thoughts and feelings on that, by the way.
I mean, yeah, I don't understand, but we'd be down. Like, he should come hang out. We got an amazing setup. We got the coolest dudes, the coolest nerds in town, on that mountain per capita.
Well, what's the old joke? If there's 3 hams in a town, there'll be 2 clubs.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what comes to mind when I think about that. Dude, yeah. I don't know.
I do have a more productive example than the K6TY one, though.
Oh, yeah, what's up?
The W6HA Club. So because our site is so remote, some of our members can't make it there.
Mm-hmm.
And so our sister club, W6HA, offers all of our members free access to join their field day, so we have both types available.
I love it. Where are they located?
They're going to be in Wilderness Park in Redondo Beach.
Oh, the one we go to for winter.
Exactly. So they take it during the summer.
Oh, that's slick. Are they, which club is that?
That is Hughes Amateur Club.
Oh, that's the Boeing guys. Well, we don't.
Yeah.
Bad choice.
Although much like us, they refuse to give up their heritage name.
Bad choice. Don't agree with that move. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I will say, though, that at my 10 years at Boeing, in all of Southern California, I worked at every location except for Hughes, which is the El Segundo location. I went there a couple of times, and they like resisted the Boeing mindset, and they maintained a lot of their Hughes mindset on things, and it showed. It showed a lot in the way they did things. What else?
Always
Anybody
done
else?
it that way, Josh.
What's up?
Because we've always done it that way, Josh.
Yeah, feels like a bit of that. A little bit.
I've worked for CSC, Northrop, Grumman. They were the worst about it. It's always been that way. L3, I won't tell you who I'm working for now, but Contract Advance, figured out.
Yeah, I hear you.
Grumman, it may have been that way because of my grandpa. He worked there until he passed away in 65.
I think that's when the contract started here was 68. Union-wise, sorry.
So what's
Hey.
Yeah, hold on.
I did have a question earlier.
Hold on. So anybody else want to talk about field day? Anything they're doing fun? Like, get the word out. If people might come out, they might want to come out and check out what you're doing.
No, Josh. Good evening. Our club. We're actually going out to another elementary school, the same one we went to last year.
Nice.
But we set up a go-to station. We're 3 Alpha. But our go-to station last year, because the intersection we're on, it's one of the busiest intersections in Nixa, was constantly busy, and 90% of it was kids.
Really? Good for you. That's awesome. That's exactly why I wanted to wait on this, so I could hear something like that. That's cool. That is exactly how the Get on the Air station should be used. I'm glad you got some kids coming out there. Hopefully you planted the amateur radio seed in the brain so that they can potentially think about us in the future. That's super cool. That's awesome. Good for you.
Well, one of the families that their kids was on the station, mom and dad weren't on the station, but the kids they were a couple of the kids that spent quite a bit of time there that day. Mm-hmm. They're actually all getting their license now.
Nice. Good job, dude. That's awesome. I love to hear it. Love to hear it. All right. Now, James, go ahead. Go for it. It was James, right? Yeah.
Sorry, I set my phone down. The question is we're doing a field day at a mall, and the question is where would you put antennas? Because, at all the malls, there's a roadway. There's sidewalk right outside the door of the mall, and we're going to be in Revive Church is the name of the place here in Enid. And yeah. What antennas do you put up on hard concrete and blacktop?
Honestly, I'd set up right next to the Orange Julius or the Cinnabon personally. That would be my choice.
Okay, the
You guys-
mall is
are
all
you-
but defunct.
Are you guys like thinking Sabaros or maybe Panda Express? Like, what are you thinking about? I could see Panda Express setting up next to them. That might be fun.
Those are all great ideas. Every one of them.
Yeah, it doesn't like whatever literally you can put that up. Just they'll have to be like tripod bound, or if you had like a if you knew a ham with like a tow behind telescoping mast, that would be really good. Like that would be perfect. Just roll that thing right up, boom bang, there you go.
So go as big as you can.
I mean, generally
and
field
hope for the
day
best.
you want to go as big as possible, right? That's kind of the whole that's why people go buy telescoping trailer bound antennas, is so that they can show off on field day. That's exactly why.
That is understanding the assignment correctly.
Yeah.
I never have thought that way.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Next year we will have George Z's trailer and another trailer with a, what do you think, 40-meter and below log periodic. Sorry.
If you got a 40-meter log, then yeah, you could run like a pentaplexer on that. You could do 40, 20, 15, and 10. If you got a 40-meter logarithm that's on a trailer, that is exactly the type of thing you should be bringing out to field day. That's nuts. Yeah, that's absolutely nuts.
That's what we'll work towards.
Yeah. What George? He won't be ready to drive that thing out.
No, George Zafiropoulos.
Yeah.
In his trailer,
Yeah.
he's not going to be. He's going to be in Friedrichshafen.
Oh.
But we're in Enid, Oklahoma. I want to emulate what he's got.
Gotcha. Let me give a big shout out, by the way, to our buddy Ray Novak. He's in Friedrichshafen right now. He was texting me earlier. Said he saw my video, so I'm glad he got to see it before it got taken down. Yeah,
I watched it.
a buddy hex would work fine. I guess your problem would be the guying. Yeah, the guying is going to be a problem. So it's going to have to be freestanding, a lot of it. Considering you have such wide open spaces like a mall parking lot, a vertical, potentially even a vertical array might be really fun. Maybe a 4-square array? Hey, that could be cool.
I wanted to put up 2 DX Commander Classics and run them with it as a 20-meter parasitic.
Yeah.
And that was discussed. The problem is securing it is the issue.
I think...
I will say last...
Go ahead.
I was going to say last year what we did with our go-to station, you brought up the tripod deal. I used the alpha antenna on a tripod on asphalt, and it worked great.
I think if you took a sandbag, like a 50-pound sandbag, that would hold a DX Commander up without a problem, I think.
Is this an active mall, or like there's traffic in it? Not an abandoned mall, right? Like this is an active mall.
It's almost completely abandoned.
Oh, so you don't have to worry too much. Okay, so I was just thinking if you put something, you're gonna have to worry. Are you gonna have to worry about people driving over coax? That was my issue. So
yes, that is my biggest issue. Is I'm concerned somebody's going to still drive through and drive over the coax.
So what you need to do is, regardless of all of the antenna discussions, is the parking cones, the stick ones that have the little T-top on it. You should get something like that and then run caution tape around the whole perimeter of your operating area. You still should do that.
Okay. The 4-foot tall ones with the 50-pound rubber bases.
Are they really 4 feet? Yeah, but yes, it sounds like we're talking about the same thing. Go do that, because for exactly the reasons you're describing, you don't want people driving through your operating area and running over coax, and people will do it if you don't set something up. And then lots of reflective stuff, lights, all of that.
Yeah, one other thing, it costs, you can still get it even the week out, but from Amazon, but it costs a little bit of money. They're not as expensive as you think, is the You can cable protectors that actually people can drive over. Depending upon the load. I mean, we're in the fire training center, so we had to get some really beefy ones to handle like 20,000 pounds each.
Yeah.
And for the axles. But in a mall, you wouldn't worry about somebody occasionally doing it. Bring your cable high and then go down just to where you need to go across a road or something like that, and just tape, as Josh said, tape the heck out of it.
Great suggestions. Thanks, guys.
The advantage of those little wire protectors is also double that the human being sees that just out of the corner of their eye, and they won't trip on it. They'll be more cautious.
Just have a place to store them, because they stink to high heaven because of the plastic in them. I don't know what it is about them, but you don't want to put those in your trunk or bring them into your house and leave them there, for they reek.
Somebody said half rhombic. I like that.
I am curious about.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just curious because we're Josh, you have the same issue. You're on one coast, we're on the other coast. So we generally point our antenna, we have a hex beam, and we generally point it at Minnesota.
Yeah.
And the hex beam is wide enough so you don't have to worry about it. What do people do in the middle of the country? Do you kind of turn the antennas? I know when we were in Utah, we used to have a couple of antennas that were just pointing to California for that.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the country. Yeah.
Well, you got to think too, time-wise, right? Even though everybody starts at the same time, your band propagation is going to work a little bit better one way than the other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what we do. Being in the Midwest, right in the center of the country, our beam in the morning usually, or in the afternoon, is pointed east, and then as the gray line starts coming, we turn it and point it west.
And you guys work contacts off the back of the beam too, I bet.
Yeah, we do off the beam.
Yeah.
But we've also got verticals up too, so we can take our beam and point it one direction for those specific and work the verticals for everything else.
That'll do it. And then you just kind of flip things over when you start getting a little bit more towards the afternoon. Point it all west, and you might pick up some stuff. The issue that the Midwestern folks and the people in the middle of the country have is that your hop, if the band's long, it screws you over. So that's where you start playing around with different bands. That's when your 15 might be good, or your 10 might be better than 20 in some rare instances.
Yep, you're exactly right, Josh. Sometimes we do have to play around to get our contacts.
Yeah.
Do you just use Armstrong rotors, like tie a couple of ropes to the end of the boom or something like that, and just use the ropes to turn the beam?
Yeah, that's actually how we do it.
Yeah, I will say that in field day, we don't rotate the antenna a ton. I get that we're on the West Coast. We have no need to really rotate the antenna. But we don't rotate it a ton. Even when you're in the middle of the country, you don't really need a rotor. You can get by with just a rope on the front of the boom and just slowly walk it around and then throw a sandbag on it so it doesn't move. That's fine.
Oh, yeah, that works great. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh, you're right, because like I said, we turn it with the gray line. It's not like we got somebody out there constantly rotating that beam.
When I was in Utah one time, I was doing field day with the Utah Amateur Radio Club, and I had somebody come up and say, "Hey, you're running 125 feet of this RG8X. You should be using like 9913." This was back before the LMR 400 days. And he said, "You should be using lower loss coax for HF at that distance." I said, "Hey, it's field day. We're not trying to be perfect. We're trying to see how it all works." It's like, I'm not stressing that few, minor, fractions of a dB. It's like, don't let the enemy, perfect be the enemy of good in some cases. So.
Yeah. Also, even back then, that's a really expensive hunk of coax. If it's LMR 400 equivalent at 120 feet, that's a lot of money. RG8X on the lower frequencies is going to be fine. It's not going to be that big of a deal at.
Oh, I agree. I agree totally.
Yeah, I agree. You threw gain behind it. If you got gain, like that's one of our big things with the club is if you're at 9,000 feet, which is where this campsite is, you put 9,000 feet underneath a buddy hex, a 2-element Yagi, and now you're really talking. Even if it's QRP, it doesn't matter. You still get out. We get out really, really well. The only area where like I didn't have a good capability on was 2 meters. We were using a vertical on 2 meters. I couldn't even make it down to Heather, who was on San Clemente Island. I should make sure that we pack a Yagi that way, and one that I can rotate. That way we get a little bit more capability out of it.
Satellite station make double duty, but it's got a rotor and a Yagi.
It could. But we'll also have a minimum of a 3-element Yagi this year.
We will. Okay. Yeah. I know that Adam he's got like a 4 to 6 element 2 meter Yagi. I think it was just I didn't have access to it at the time. We do have a lot of hams, and everybody kind of brings a lot of projects out, and we have a lot of fun just geeking out and stuff while people are making contact. So a lot is going on, and I heard Heather and heard her clear as day on the summit with the vertical, and I was like, I'll chase her. And then when I started calling her, local people were like, Josh is trying to call you. Josh is trying to call you. And then she couldn't hear me, and it turned into a whole thing. I should have just said, where's the Yagi? I'm going to point the Yagi at San Clemente and mop up this contact. Because a 3-element would have done it for sure, I think.
Yeah, actually, what really happened is we had the 3-element. It was set up and ready to go. And the guy who brought it ended up getting really sick and had to head home early.
That's right. Yes.
That was Emery, yeah.
Yeah.
So this year we're going to have redundant Yagis.
We will be fully redundant out there. I will have my Azel and my log periodic. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna kill it. As
what's
we
the temperature get down to? Sorry, what's the temperature get down to at 9,000 feet in California?
When did I get down to 40? Mark, we expecting?
40? Something like that. But if you drink enough of your, what do you got in those bottles, Josh?
The Woodford Reserves? Or we're breaking out the Woodfords?
Yeah, the temperature becomes almost a non-factor, especially given that our campsite has campfires allowed, and so we can have a large raging campfires. If you get cold, you just go warm yourself up there.
We did have a pretty big rager last year too. That was pretty nice. That was a pretty good one.
As far as the antennas go, rule number 1 of field day: everybody should bring their own antennas, even if you don't use them. Bring your own antennas just in case that one person that's, say someone like the prime example there with the VHF, the guy got sick and you weren't able to have the proper antenna. Oh, hey, well, Josh brought his backup Yagi, so we can use that instead. Rule number 1, I think, for field day.
Yeah, Frank, you're totally right. This is one of those instances where normally I think everybody knows I'm pretty, like, I try to roll pretty lightweight. When it comes to field day, it's like, how much space do I have in the back of the truck? Just continue to throw crap in there until it's full, and then I'm taking that kind of thing. Like, it's usually throw everything at the problem. We've got it somewhere. I bring my Milwaukee tool bag and extra, like, stakes and extra everything. Like, just whatever we got, throw everything at the problem.
Exactly. And, we all played Tetris as kids, right? Just Tetris the heck out of the truck or the camper van or even the sedan, the hatchback. Just Tetris it until you have everything and then some in there.
There you go. What are you gonna say?
Yeah, that's.
Oh, I was gonna say we actually did have a redundant Yagi that was supposed to be there, and the engine on the van that was transporting it blew up halfway up the mountain.
Yeah. And
so we actually had a failure of both systems, so we lost our double redundancy. So this year, triple redundant.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, Mark. If there's 10 people going, those 10 people should have a VHF antenna, a VHF Yagi, UHF Yagi, at least a wire antenna tuned or cut for 40 meters so that you cover 40 through 10 on it. And that way, if something happens and plan A and plan B falls apart, well, you have plan C, pace plan there.
Hey, quick, somebody said Frank calling out of Sapphire. Is Frank mobile right now? He's doing HF mobile?
No, okay, so what it is he thinks I'm calling out Sapphire as in Tank Frank's car being loaded up. No, I'm not calling Sapphire out at all.
Oh, I'm like, is he operating right now? Because I'll try and work him live if he is. That'd be hilarious. But yeah, I mean, the combination, we got Brooks in the house. Brooks is going to be out there for field day. We got K6ARK. We got Soda Plus. Like, it is literally the coolest field day you can go to. Did we get, do we have confirmation of Ara? Is he doing JPL or is he what?
Oh, last night he gave me the last 1%. We got an Aura.
Oh
We're
my
good.
God, this is going to be amazing. This is going to be the coolest. And still Star Party.
And we have a hard commit from Devin as well.
Wow. Yeah, we got the whole gang. It's going to be awesome.
Oh yeah, no, we put the whole team back together. It's going to be a rager.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
it's
Josh.
awesome. Yep.
You guys running a special call sign?
Yeah, W6TRW club call.
You will be hearing a lot of Whiskey 6 Tango Romeo Whiskey.
All of it's a famous old club out here in Southern California. It's well known, so it's like, yeah, absolutely, just use that.
Yeah, I know what TRW
used to live out there.
do.
Yeah. What was that, Don?
I said I know what TRW used to do.
I think they still do it, Don. I'll just go ahead and tell you. Spoiler alert.
I thought they were. Maybe I don't work in that business anymore. I got out of it.
Yeah.
Still can't talk about it, but
yeah, that's about right. Okay, so this is the after chat. We did a little long intro here, but we like to take your questions live. And we're talking about field day because I think we're just so excited for it. We hope you're excited too. If you're not, or if you have other questions, something that's burning you up inside, and you need ham radio answers, well, we're kind of here for that. So I'm looking at the voice chat. Got a decent hunk of people on there. The link is in the video description. If you want to take that link, you'll join us on the Ham Radio Crash Course Discord. And once you're in, scroll down to hashtag live-stream. And then 2 below that is hashtag live-stream /afterchat. That's a voice chat. Set your mic, your speaker. Hopefully you got some earphones like I do. Join us in there and you can ask your question live. But we are monitoring the YouTube chat as well. So is there anybody here on the Discord that's a first-timer that'd like to say hi or ask a question? Go ahead. I didn't do the greatest job of welcoming people to the after chat. I'm like, I don't know. I'm kind of pissed off about the YouTube thing, guys. I don't know how long I'm going to go for. So I don't blame you if you didn't want to show up and hang out. But we are watching the YouTube chat. So if you want to hop in and say hi or ask a question as first-timers, go ahead. But I'll just open it up to everybody, anywhere, any question. YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. We're live streaming to all of those places right now. If you have a question or here in the Discord, come now. Go ahead.
Hey, Josh, it's Steve. I just thought I'd make a correction.
Oh, please. Yes.
It's Kibitz.
Kibitz. That's it. I was like, I knew there's a V in there, but I know that's not pronounced.
No, it's Kibitz. Don't confuse that with
Kibitzin.
Kvetch.
Yes.
Kibitzin. You get
yes.
that right. You can be a kibitzer. It's a kibitz. A kibitzer is someone who tells you how to drive from the back seat.
Yeah.
Zadie is kibitzing with Booby in the front seat,
right.
or somebody who is just talking the paint off the wall. It's a kibitzer. Yeah. So that's
there it is.
yeah.
I knew you'd know. I knew that was. I'm like, okay, well, Steve, maybe you'll hear this. And he'll
I grew up in a Yiddish-speaking household.
Kibitz. That's right.
Anyway, carry on. I heard that. I said.
Oh well, Steve, since you're here, what are you doing for field day?
Oh, well, so our club I don't want to call it a divide, but we have two factions. One part of the club is part B of a dual club event in the county at our ECC facility. And I am leading a rogue group that is setting up behind the town hall in a town town called Stanfordville. So we're setting up an AB 577, which is a Vietnam era 50-foot crank up mast. And we've got a CL33 to put on top of that. We've got an inverted V. We've got a 6-meter station. We may or may not have a GOTA station. We're trying to have somebody bring some extra gear for that. But it's going to be a very low key, more focused on the original intent of Field Day, which was operating under in abnormal conditions with less than optimal circumstances. So it's just trying to see what we can actually do. See if we can throw everything in the back of the truck and actually set this all up and make it work. Perfect. But it's going to be a good time at both locations.
Nice, I love it. So we did get a question over there from the Heresiarch. The Heresiarch. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but they asked, could you guys go over how to run a GOTA station with letting other people use your station? So it's basically like secondary operator rules. The GOTA station has its own call sign. It is not the call sign of the actual club or the group that's working together. So if you make a special event call sign, and you're running 5 alpha, meaning 5 simultaneous transmitters, and you have a GOTA station, then you would have a secondary call sign for that. Last year we used K6ARK. He was our call sign that we used for that. And so what that means is when you have a guest show up and you're like, hey, we'd love to get you on the radio, get a couple of contacts from you, they would use the call sign. So very important you give them a script, not just talk them, like have them read something out. Very important that they do that. And then that log you kind of maintain separately. A lot of people will use handwritten logs for the GOTA station. That way you can show them what the log looks like. You can show how you captured this, you sent this, blah, 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 all that stuff. And then you get bonus points for all those GOTA station contacts. Mark, you want to add anything to that? Because you're also very well-versed in that space.
I think you nailed it. Adam did a phenomenal job making that script for us. Mm-hmm. One thing we did notice, if you want to make a script, is the AIs apparently have read a lot of instructions on Field Day, and they're pretty good at making a first draft of a script if you want to save some time.
God. Okay. Soon enough, guys, we're just going to put an LLM in the field, and they'll just run Field Day for us. We're
oh, God, help us all.
There. We're getting there. It'll be soon.
Can I add one thing on GOTA?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, one point on GOTA, I think, and it all depends on the group somebody goes to. We don't run GOTA, but if somebody's new, we set them down at one of the radios. We'll gladly take a radio, who is doing a run, and if it's to introduce somebody new to it, we'll gladly take the time to do that. So it also depends on. Don't get the impression if you don't have a GOTA station that. The people can't, the same third-party rules apply to all the other stations as well, of course. It just depends on the club and, who's doing the Field Day.
There you go. Okay. KA2AUB asks, question, how do you do WinLink messages for Field Day? Do they have to have Field Day call sign? Truth be told, we don't. We don't do WinLink during Winter Field Day. With that said, it's entirely possible that you can send, say, the that message to your district coordinator via WinLink. You're just going to have to make sure that it's in the appropriate format. And WinLink allows you, through its templating, to actually do that. Was it the ICS 213 or something like that? I could be wrong on the number off the top of my head, but I think you can do that. I could be wrong. I'll leave that up to chat to tell me.
That's how we do it. Yeah. We do it that way.
Do you WinLink it over?
Yeah, we WinLink the 10 plus the section manager message. Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, we do that too.
Yeah, just make sure you're using the right format for those messages.
Yeah, as long as it leaves the site on, during Field Day, and then however it gets delivered, after, as long as it leaves on radio from Field Day.
Yeah, keep in mind. Sorry, Don. Go ahead. No, you're good.
Well, I think when you send it, if you use the form, then you can use that form as the proof that you sent it. And in other words, I think there's something when you're turning it in where you have to prove that you sent it. And so you can just take that thing, the sent message, and paste that into the log, or to the log, or whatever they call that thing where you're putting your points in. Because I did that last year.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Thanks, everybody.
Perfect. Very good. Any other questions? Any type of questions? Go for it. Doesn't have to be field day related.
So, does anybody else know about the home station points that the clubs can get?
Home station points that clubs can get. I don't know what you mean. What are you talking about?
So we've been doing this, or at least my former club president that runs field day for the Richardson Wireless Club. If you're running a home station and you're a member of the Richardson Wireless Club, then when you are turning your points in, you also put a club call in there, and they also get your points.
I think I've heard that before too. Yeah, I think I've actually done that before. When I worked home on emergency power, I put W6TRW in and got points for that too.
Yeah.
Now, the curiosity I have is if you start mixing power levels. So if I was home on emergency power running 100 watts and the club was using QRP and they were fully QRP, that would concern me. That would worry me.
But the thing is, yeah, you're turning that in as the home station. You don't even know what the club did or didn't do. So the ARRL handles that in the back end. So you're correct in worrying about it, because I don't know how ARRL handles it.
Yeah, one point is it's not adding to the score. Like, if you had members of your club operate from home and say, hey, we want to award these points to N6 or W6TRW, when they go on the form, they select the club, but it doesn't mean they're adding to your score. It just means when they collectively look at, it's like any other contest where they look at the Yankee Clipper Contest Club or a Florida Contest Group, is it's just the club competition part of it. It doesn't. It's not actually increasing. They're not giving you their points.
Then what's the point?
No, they do. They actually do. We have turned them in and seen them increase the score that we turned in. That's how we know that that's happening.
It's for the club. It's for the collective or aggregate club. And this is they started this during COVID. Because everybody was
right.
So it's the aggregate.
Right, and it shows up in QST.
Like the final score is going to include that.
Yep. We've seen it happen.
I do not believe that's correct. I believe there's two separate categories. One is the aggregate score, and a separate one is only the club score.
Correct. That is how it
works.
That
so
is,
two
that
different
is true.
scores.
Yes.
Two different scores.
Right.
So, Mark, you can win twice.
Well, here's the thing. If you win in, say, 5A, and then you compete with these extra points, they just go up. I mean,
points
you're going to win twice.
You're going to win twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like you
could,
know
I love lines going up.
Hypothetically, you could win the club score but lose the aggregate score.
Technically possible, yes.
Right? Winning is a questionable concept in field day, because unlike CQ Worldwide, there's no log checking. So if I put in, if I log N6 TRW instead of W6 TRW for your club, Josh, I still get credit. Nobody's log checking or cross checking. There's no adjudication for the field day logs.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah, somebody could just lie.
Well, and you don't
wasn't
actually
a contest.
Yeah, you don't actually submit the full log. You submit what you're claiming you did, and so there's not actually enough data to even do the checking if they wanted to.
Yeah,
Cabrillo is accepted though, and you don't need. You can still send a Cabrillo file. They do accept that in lieu of a dupe sheet, because your other alternative is a dupe sheet, which nobody does.
No.
Right. Exactly.
But they take that. They said they take that.
Yeah. I just, whatever N3 FJP puts or gives me to put in there, that's what I do.
Yeah, it's a cap file.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with Mike Traveling Ham on this one. How do you win something that's not a contest?
I'll tell you exactly
You
how,
don't.
Frank. I'll tell you exactly how. When the AWR releases the scores of Field Day, some people are at the very top of the list, and then other people are below those people. The
And
people at the top of the list won.
And the top is better.
I get that. I get that. But it's just, if it's not a contest, there's no winner or lose. At least that's how I look at it.
Then they shouldn't sort it by score. Then they should sort it alphabetically or something.
Hell, look at the POTA logs. You can see in POTA sometimes that this guy has way more mini points over the year than that guy does. It's not a contest.
POTA
But people
doesn't
still
have
go,
points.
hey, look, that guy won.
It's a friendly competition.
There's guys who go out daily in POTA to be at the top of the list. It's definitely a competition.
Oh, but yeah, that's all in good fun. But then again, they say it's not a contest, but you can't use the work bands, which are non-contesting bands.
I think that's more or less just to keep the space free, so that there's somewhere that someone can go to hide out from all the traffic. I think that's why.
Okay, I'll go with that one.
Courtesy?
Yeah.
I have to agree with Josh. I mean, even though it's not a contest, us as a 3A club, we're usually at the top of that list.
Yep.
Well, my thing is always I say that if field day is an exercise to test our ability to conduct emergency communications in less than ideal conditions, we've satisfied that with the first contact. And hey, we're out here, we have all this food, we have all these radios, so hey, let's make a contest for the next 23 and a half hours.
Well, some people just go out there for the barbecue now.
Absolutely.
I like those people. Those people have their head on straight.
I go for the food. If I can go for field day, I go for the food. I might pick up a microphone if I hear someone styling around and I hear one of the other clubs that I'm a member of, because I'm a member of like 5 or 6 clubs. If I hear W6TRW, I'm like, hey, Mike, hold my beer. Let me grab that club real quick for you.
Frank, are you allowed to drink?
Of course.
Are you old enough?
Well, I did just have a birthday yesterday, Tim. It might have been 21 or 22 years, though.
POTA's not a contest.
Right. And neither are special events.
It is.
There's no points.
It is.
Just participation trophies.
Yeah. Well, I want to be the first participation trophy.
At the ARL and then QST in December, they always used to release a blurb, a call out, which was the top 10.
Yeah.
And they stopped doing that because of the non-adjudication thing. They realized, oh yeah, that doesn't make sense because we're not, you could put that you made 1 million contacts. Well, obviously that wouldn't go, but you can make 5,000 contacts and that you would be at the top of the list. Big deal. I mean, that's not adjudicated. So that's why it's only in the standings that people go and look, oh, hey, we did better than this club. My goal is, did we do better than our club effort last year? That's my only question.
Mm-hmm.
So Jody has it here. This is how field day should be done from now on. The real winners are ranked by QSOs per pounds of beef.
I'd say QSOs per new operator.
What?
Anybody outside the Midwest would just not have a chance.
What do you mean? Wait, what are we talking? What do you mean pounds of beef?
How many pounds of beef are consumed at the barbecue?
Yeah, how good the food was.
Right.
QSOs versus the barbecue. How many pounds of yeah?
If that's the case, from Kansas City to Texas, all the rest of the states are going to lose.
Yeah,
I agree. Second that one.
Personally, Josh, I think you should do another video on how to cook hot dogs on the antenna.
Yeah, it doesn't work great. I tried to explain that. Like you basically have to go like very high frequency to make that effective.
A really high power.
Yeah, Jeff Gearley.
No, I put 1,100 watts into a hot dog. It didn't do anything.
Jeff Geerling did it with, I think it was 50,000 watts. It cooked it pretty darn well.
50,000 is a far swing from 1,300 that we're limited to in ham radio.
Yeah, his dad's an AM engineer, so yeah, they did it on an AM tower.
Yeah, and that's also different. Yeah, different setup for a number of reasons, but yes, absolutely.
And
but
they
yeah,
were
I
welding with
borrowed
the other tower.
I borrowed a amp that runs off 240, ran it out of the back of my truck. Did not cook the hot dogs at 1100 peaking 1300 watts.
Well, 1300 watts is about the same as a commercial microwave. So if you ran the radio into a dummy load and you attached the hot dogs to the heat dissipation fence on the dummy load, then you'd be good.
Sounds like April
there you
Fools
go.
to me.
Yeah, that might work.
We have the technology.
Yeah.
Good
So
evening, Josh.
interesting side note here. I'll take a moment here to talk about this. So I've been running WSJTX, the new version, for a scant time, and it doesn't work with Ham Radio Deluxe anymore. I don't know if anybody else is having this problem, but I have Ham Radio Deluxe connected to my 7760, and under settings, the Ham Radio Deluxe option. By the way, I made a ticket for this. Pointing at loopback, so on this computer, will not cat control. Cannot do anything related to WSJTX right now. So I haven't been able to do WSJTX in a while because this is like the current version of WSJTX. I basically have to roll back, and I don't know that they're letting people roll back. I think everybody's supposed to upgrade to the new version. So I'm stuck right now. I can. What's that?
Are you using multicast?
What?
Comment.
Go ahead, comment.
Yeah, I've heard they're having that problem. They're working on it. They're trying to build a program for it right now. They're in the process.
What do you mean building a program? Why don't they just fix WSJTX so it works?
So the CAT program will recognize the radio.
Don't build another program. Just make WSJTX work, is what I'm saying. Don't make another program. Don't do that. If this comes to you, don't make another program. Fix WSJTX so it works with HRD. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I totally agree.
Okay. And specifically, I reached out to Ham Radio Deluxe and I said, "Hey, I'm having this problem." And they're like, "Roll back to a previous version. It's out of our control. It's on the WSJTX side." So audio's decoding. I pointed the audio at it, but I can't do cat control. I can't do PTT. Can't do anything right now.
So do you use radio as is your radio type HRD? So you're actually talking through HRD to do the radio control from WSJTX?
That's correct, and that's how it logs straight to HRD with some other settings.
Yeah, the logging's done UDP. That's kind of a separate process.
I already said that. I said with other settings. You don't have to repeat it. It's okay. So
I didn't hear you say that. I apologize, sir.
Yeah, the logging is connected. Okay, hold on, stop. I don't want to reiterate. There's a problem with HRD. Fix it, is all I'm trying to say.
Okay, that's an easy solution. Thank you.
Yeah, Josh, because I'm using Win for Yesu on my stuff. I don't have a Mac. I'm not using HRD anymore, and the new version of WSJTX is working just fine through my Win for Yesu and everything. So it might be Ham Radio Deluxe, even though they say it's not.
But why? So the settings existed there for ever, right? So it's not. It's not on them. I don't think it's on them. There's no difference in the way. It's just a network connection. Now, by the way, I can go manually. Actually, what if I do it manually? Maybe that's the way to do it. Is 7760 on the back side, and then point it at the second port. Or the first port? Oh, it's not liking that. I'll have to poke around with it. But yeah, a little frustrating. I can't do contacts while we're live right now.
I have a potential workaround if you're interested.
What's that?
So I have a 7760. And the 7760, you could potentially connect the remote, use the remote jack in the back of the base, the big, the unit, not the head, and use the remote, the CI5 jack to a USB interface, hook that to your computer, and that way you essentially get two separate serial controls for your radio. Have HRD talk to one of them and have WSJT talk to the other one.
So that I already have that connected, and I've got the B channel set up as CI5 control.
Right, I'm talking about not across USB. You have a separate thing plugged into the remote jack, the little 1/4 or 1/8 remote jack in the back of the base unit.
Oh, I'm
the
not
RF
doing
deck.
that. No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I'm just all I said was a potential workaround. Your choice whether to do it or not.
No, not doing that. It should just work. Damn it.
Josh, what rate you using at
7760.
7760. Yeah.
Okay.
But it seems weird that and of course I don't really understand the whole situation, but it seems weird that it's working with a lot of other software and it's not working with HRD.
Yeah.
Because I mean, as long as it works with FT8 Battle Royale, I don't care about the rest of it.
I haven't done that. What's the Civ ID for this radio? Is it possible that I just did something funky because it was pre? It might just be my problem.
What is a Civ ID?
Or CI5.
CI5 is a bus. It's ICOM's original bus that started on the 735. So you could potentially have multiple radios on it, so everybody needed an address, so they knew the radios knew which one to respond to.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that for years and never really tried to figure out what it was.
What's the default CI5 ID on the 7760?
Jody says 02.
Oh.
Nah, it can't be 02.
No.
02? Nah, it's too low.
I was going to say
02? 0? I mean,
oh my God, there's.
I mean, it's a little hard for if you don't have the slash for 0, you can't. A little hard to tell O from 0 sometimes.
It's Bravo 2.
That's what I have. Okay, it's not that. Sometimes that's an easy one to get out of the way, but no, that's what I have.
But then what would happen if you changed it? Make it a 7300?
Well, you still have the same problem with it won't
HRD.
communicate over HRD, so you have to go direct and you have to point. So, okay, let's do that. Let's do that. We'll just go. See, I can't even get it to connect right now at all. So let's.
Josh, have you validated that the CIV address is that on the radio itself?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Okay.
B2, Bravo 2.
And I remember somebody suggesting a factory reset at one time.
I know a guy that would tell you that in a heartbeat.
Just one other question, again, if it's relevant, is if you take HRD out of the equation and just have WSJTX to change the radio to 7760, does it work? Or have you tried that?
It did when I have HRD off. Like right now, it's being fussy. It's not connecting.
Because HRD has control of the port,
but it shouldn't have
doesn't it?
Control over both. It should have control over one of the ports. So I'm okay. Let's shut down HRD. This is pissing me off.
I didn't think they were two in. I guess they are. Are they two individual CI5 ports? I thought one was like CW FSK push to talk, and the other was CI5.
You can set the B channel to CI5.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's close out of this guy.
It would be so much easier if these radios that had Ethernet ports in them would use TCP/IP instead of using serial. What are we, 1960 again?
Yeah, we want
My logging software talks to the 7760 over the network. So,
Don, you know that unfortunately radios are 20 plus years behind. So
No, they're not, Frank. I've got several radios that don't do that. They run TCP/IP. It's called TCI, and yes, it does everything. A commercial radio. It is a commercial radio, Frank.
hey Don, you know you can use the from HR or from WSJTX. You can use the icon, or you can use TCP/IP to your K4. You know that, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, just making sure.
But my Anand and my son both use TCI, and all you do for audio and for cat control is TCI, and you're done. Right. All radios should be like that.
Look at that. It pulled it up immediately. So, okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to point this at the B channel. So we should be working. Okay, good. Now we'll run Ham Radio Deluxe on the back end here. And so that's Ham Radio Deluxe. I'm going to go to serial ports. The second one, this 4, just out of curiosity, we'll go back to WSJTX. And we're on COM 3. So we'll point it at COM 4. That works fine. So let's go ahead and do that. See if it works. Okay, that worked. Can we still... Oh, Jesus, that's my log. Let's see if we can tune real fast. And we're tuning. Okay, cool. So, hey, we might have something here. All right, let me get my 7610 up here. Sheboygan. Who screwed with my presets here? Perfect. All right, get that guy over here. So I'm gonna go to presets. It's already in FT8 mode, but it's wanting to do voice over mic. Because if I hit tune, watch this. Okay, good. No voice over mic. So now we just need to make sure that we have reporting, UDP server accepted, etc., etc. Okay, interesting. This might be just an order of operation issue. So we're going straight into it. So now the curiosity is, let me go back to logs here. We got to do proof of concept, otherwise this is going to be a short-lived thing before we go to grid tracker. So I'm going to find that's a good enough hole. I'm going to find a spot here and go. Sheboygan. Let's see if we can transmit. Let's see if somebody hears me out there. And we are transmitting. Yea, verily. Question is if it gets in the logs. That's what I want to see.
So both HRD and WSJTX are showing frequency?
Yes. Yes, indeed. Let's see if somebody
hears my ham alert.
Oh, literally somebody's transmitting on the other, the A side of this whole story.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep your fingers crossed, Josh.
Well, when somebody replies to
out.
me, we'll test it. We'll put grid tracker on this.
Well, PSK reporter, yes, Henry.
Yeah, PSK seeing you. My ham alert triggered.
My wife just commented that she's like, oh, W6TRW. We'll go ahead and snag that real fast. Off the back of the beam.
DX.
Yeah, going DX to Redondo Beach. Now, the question is if it gets in the log. If it gets in the log, then we're done. Can you close the door, please? I don't know. I repealed it. I put in the request to get it reviewed. Who am I doxing? Myself? Who am I doxing? Okay, here we go. Ready? It did it! Okay, we got it. We're back on the air, boys. We're back on the air. Full grid tracker.
Glad to hear it.
Full grid tracker. Let's go.
Touchdown.
Heck yeah. All right, good. Let's start smashing some contacts. Look at that off the back of the beam. To what is going on in Hawaii? Whoa, that's Japan. Never mind. I'm like, who's podaing right now in Hawaii? Never mind, that's Japan. Okay. Let's flesh that out. Let's flesh the map out a little bit. There you go. Cool. Oh my gosh. Now, see, I think that Grid Tracker's all freaked out now about it. He doesn't know what's going on. Although he's seeing... Yeah, see the multi-port multicast? Will that work? UDP messages aren't connecting.
I was going to ask you, are you using the multicast address or 127.0.0.1?
Right now,
There's no place like home.
I know, right? Now, if we have something already connected via UDP, meaning Ham Radio Deluxe on 2237, then you have to multicast, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
So if I check that box on Grid Tracker above my head, then it should work, but it's not. It's not seeing it.
Well, the reason I ask is because in WSJTX, if you have the 224.0.0.1 or whatever multicast address you're using, one of the things I've noticed is if you have just loopback set, sometimes you also need to select that drop down and select Ethernet, even though you shouldn't really have to. Sometimes you have to select both of those. I haven't figured out why yet.
What are you talking about?
This is in WSJTX in the reporting. I think it's the reporting tab. Where it has the UDP specific the address for UDP.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you would have either the multicast or, presuming you're using multicast over in WSJTX.
You're talking about use TCP IP connection?
No, this is down on the reporting. I think it's the reporting tab about the middle. There's a UDP section. I think I have the right tab.
Yes.
And then what?
So
224.0.0. something?
One, should be one, yeah. What's the address that you see there in WSJTX?
2237. Well, it's
well, no,
loopback.
not the port. Okay, so the address. I was curious about the IP address, not the port.
Yeah, so it's loopback, but it's not working, man.
Okay, well, my point was that you see where it just says loopback, right? So if you click, there's a drop down next to that. It'll show you all the interfaces on your computer. It'll also show you in that drop down where you can check Ethernet as well. And sometimes on Windows, you have to check Ethernet, even though it's on the same computer.
I don't see loopback.
To work on multicast.
I don't see loopback.
Okay. All right. I thought you said you saw loopback. I'm sorry. I'm confused. I'm sorry.
No. Does anybody else see loopback? I don't have a loopback. We not looping back nowhere. We did make a contact in New York. We got a +2 to New York on 100. Are we on 100 watts right now? Oh, 134. Very specific number. Why? Don't know.
UDP on loopback is going to be broadcast, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. That's what you want it to be.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This always pisses me off. You get it set, everything's working, and it's like, hey, guess what? Just kidding. So right now we can't see, it's not seeing WSJTX. This window here in the middle is blank because of that. Very frustrating. Very frustrating.
Wonder if it matters the order each program is started if you close them all and try that iteratively.
It does matter, and it shouldn't, and that's what pisses me off. Like right now, this is very frustrating.
Yeah, because it's broadcast messages, it's something is binding, and it's not letting anything else love their just as like it should.
Does anyone know if HRD actually supports multicast?
With all the other things they don't support, I would say no.
It's in the update. It's in the update for Mac.
Yeah.
I've had the similar challenge with hammers. I don't know if it's been addressed before. I just got in.
People are saying it does support multicast, but
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
On Linux? Oh no, wait.
Nobody supports Linux. Come on now.
So my setup is a little weird, and yes, I am using Linux. But if I open FLRig, WSJTX, hammers, and then Grid Tracker in that order, they will all share alike, in the sense that I can close Grid Tracker, open it again, and it will see updated information from WHJTX.
Well, we're
but
on
otherwise,
Grid Tracker right now. Like, it is the last one I opened, and it's not happy.
yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying is one for one. I don't think my sort of workaround is going to work for you just based on what I'm seeing you're doing.
You can go back and run that netstat -a, see what's on, was it 2337?
Right?
SS-tuple. Net status so last year.
Whatever. I'm old school.
Out of all these programs, it seems Grid Tracker is the one that's updated the most frequently, has the most networking options in it. I wonder if it at some point can act as a sort of router for loopback to just catch all this stuff and be the interlink between all of it.
I think that's kind of how they want you to use it, believe it or not, because
yeah, it wouldn't
they've
surprise
got
me.
receive UDP and they've got forward UDP in here. So that may be the way I have to do it, is that I've got to use Grid Tracker to be the intermediary, which is like, ugh, okay, fine.
Which then means any program that's looking for WSJTX directly, can you tell that program to listen to Grid Tracker instead if it doesn't give you like a drop down or an option to do anything but just what it's hard coded to listen to WSJTX?
Yeah, N1 RIP, that's exactly what I did. So it's all working except Grid Tracker's not happy. So
fun.
So let me stop Grid Tracker. Oh, where'd you go? So I just closed it. What a nightmare that we have created for ourselves.
I'm just going to say this, and I'm not going to be the one to do it, but, it's 2026. You would think by now, with the smart minds we have in the hobby, all of these apps would just seamlessly interface.
No, because no one person is creating them, right?
Yeah, I know. That's half the problem.
Yeah, and the radio manufacturers won't get together and do all of this the same way.
Well, how would that actually be a factor? This is all soft networking in the PC. This doesn't have anything to do with the radio itself.
Well, if they would use if they'd use TCP/IP for everything, yes, but they insist on serial ports and UDP ports.
Okay, yes, that would be better, but that is like, I don't know. That's.
Oh, we got hot ideas coming in here.
I think that would take quite a lot.
Internet services loopback. Why do you have that and I don't? That's really weird.
I'm not going to say do it, but maybe you need to update WSJTX.
It's brand new.
I was going to say, he's on the newest version, Frank.
I was going to say maybe a hot new version dropped in the last 5 minutes or something. I don't. I'm just.
Oh, we got more hot details. So share a new queue. That's not the problem, though. It's the UDP data, or is that what this does? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Man, Saudi Arabia's on.
Logs are working. Logs are working, kids. Great. So here's what we're gonna do. It's gonna be real fancy. Check this out. We're gonna close this window because we're not gonna have tactical control. We're just gonna make that a bit bigger, and we're gonna make that a bit bigger. And that's it. And that's it. That's the solution. That's the solution. Because we're getting into the Europeans, the European countries, quite amazing right now. Where's my gray line?
Yeah.
Where's my gray line?
Yeah,
Oh, it's right. It's very
20's
mild.
20's hot.
Yeah, 20's insane right now.
Yeah, that means we should try 15.
I don't even know, like, Jody, what are you talking about here? Like, this is an icon thing that I'm dealing with. Yace's got another problem? What is going on?
So, just the fact that someone doesn't like it when we talk about Jesus stuff. That's all.
Oh no, 15's good. There's 15's hot too.
So I'm pointed that away. I bet if I just went dink like that. Let's see. Rotor's still working. Great. We got rotor control. Dink dink. Just throw that off in there. Okay. I'm going to tilt a little bit more north. See what that does for us.
Josh, got a quick question.
The HamTuber world has been crapping on Yaesu for a couple of months. The first rule of spin management: identify your target. I'm not crapping on Yaesu. I'm not. I ain't got nothing but love for all the radio companies. I mean, don't get me wrong. They could improve on lots of things. All of them included. I'm not the guy doing that right now. Now, see, what do we got here? So we got somebody that's replying to me. Oh, because I get it. I understand. Because we don't have WSJT access, it doesn't know that we're communicating to K0DSC right now. So it's using PSK reporter for the pink lines. Those are the ones of the people that hear me. But it's not showing updated information on WSJTX. So there's your problem. Anyway, log that. Put it in the log. Let me see. We got logs. Oh yeah. We're killing it. We got it. Look at this guy. Get him in there. Oh my goodness. Okay, I need to run to the restroom really fast. I need to refresh my beverage. I will be back in, what time is it? Let me be back in like 5 minutes, in less than 5 minutes. Just give me a second. You guys talk amongst yourselves, hopefully about field day, something like that. I'll be right back. Be right back.
Summer shandy for field day, loggers, or hazy IPAs?
Well, if you don't have a logger for field day, how will you know what contacts you made?
Oh.
Nailed it. Dang, that was good.
Thank you.
I don't know. The winter field day, I used primitive paper and pencil, and I was actually making contacts for the local club on 2-meter voice with a 5-watt Yaesu and a Ed Fong. I think I reached 65 miles on my longest contact for a little low-powered radio. That's pretty good, especially
great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we always try 2 meters when we're like usually in the middle of the night, but anyway, when everybody else is bored. But we'll try to make 2-meter contacts because there's a ton of clubs around here, and we don't ever seem to get anybody. It's easier to get the other clubs on 60 meters or 80 meters or 160 meters at night than it is to try to get them on 2 meters.
Yeah, I think one of the things that helped me is I looked at a topographical map between me and the contact, and I was in Dallas, Oregon, and I hit just north of Vancouver, Washington, and the Willamette Valley basically just served as a channel for for where I was at to where they were at. So I'm sure that had something to do with it because it had a pretty decent line of sight.
Well,
presumably everybody within 2-meter range is going to be at your field day anyway, right?
No, not here. I mean, here you've got so many little cities and around Dallas and Fort Worth that
the French bulldog. We're dog watching for the neighbor. You okay, Beige?
Well, now all of YouTube is dog watching.
Okay, I'm gonna put her back inside.
You named your dog Beige. Isn't that Klingon for punishment?
Okay, so sorry, I'm not looking. I'm only listening. I believe it's Ron. The capacity that everyone's 2-meter setup might not be the same is more what I was referring. You may have an excellent 2-meter range, and someone else may be outside of the circle of your contest equipment. Their 2 meters is not much more.
Those dogs can't breathe, man. I don't know how they. God damn, that dog's going around going.
You ever seen a pug?
Yeah, I mean, a French bulldog is just a big pug from my point of view.
Yeah, they are. And we had some people that lived near us that used to raise pugs, and they would have breathing problems.
Like, what if you had sleep apnea all the time? That's what the dog is.
Now, you were talking about first thinking you were getting a pug contact, and then you were saying, "Oh, that's Japan." But it kind of raised the question in my head. I mean, we have soda. Well, soda's international, if I remember right. But POTA, do they have that in some of the other countries or some form of that?
Yeah, let me explain what happened there. See all these trees that are on my screen? The reason why, so the map hadn't popped in place, and so I saw trees to the west of me, and I was like, oh, that must be Hawaii. But no, these are active POTA operations in Japan. The trees imply an active POTA spot that's been created. So that's all that was. Yeah, that's all. Just it's just pulling from the internet, like who's spotted themselves.
The answer is question is yes. POTA is international.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, I got my technician in July, and then I eventually, by the end of August, I had my extras. But so a lot of this is still new to me. I'm actually getting used to the bad propagation in summer right now.
It's not even that bad. It's not even that bad, to be honest with you.
6 meters is hot.
Yeah, I'm not having any kind of problem. So, yeah.
And like right now, I see 4 Victor Kilos running POTA. Somebody in, I think, what is this? Anyway, it's Oscar Echo.
Yeah, but some of this could be Pepperidge Farm remembers, right? If you've been licensed for less than, say, 3 years, this may be the worst that you've ever seen, but for like a bad week or something.
But the thing that let me see if I can put to words what I'm thinking in my head. I feel that where we're at right now regarding ban conditions, unless it's a solar storm, is pretty amazing. So you have to tell me what specific problem you're experiencing, because I'm betting that's more on your station than it is radio propagation. If you catch if you hear what I'm throwing down, if you will.
No, I agree completely, but I think that for the majority of people who have been licensed for, as we approach the maximum and at the maximum, right? The way to radio was you plug everything in, you check your SWR, radio works. Other than a bad day, a bad week, a sunspot, that's pretty much all that you've had to put any effort into. And now you do have to do a little more work, which you're used to because you've been doing this longer than just the recent highs. And for lack of a better way to say it, to make the kind of like the Wall Street comparison, are we at another potential, like the double bottom, but I guess double top of the maximum? Is it still not really receded as much as we thought it was at this time last year?
It's, well, again, I would point out to people that are starting out on HF that if you think you're having a problem, it's almost entirely on your setup. There is plenty of signals out there. It's just a matter of your configuration. It's not like one year to another. It's even on solar minimum, 20 meters is pretty good. It's not that.
Oh yeah, no question. I'm agreeing with you, just with more detail and spice and whatever else you want to call it.
I guess.
One thing I'd add, Josh, is depending on where you're at, you might have a good setup, but if it's long, you might not be hearing much. We have that problem a lot in the Midwest.
Okay. I would say try another band then, right? Before you go straight to the bands are dead. I guess where I'm going to is the bands aren't dead. They haven't been dead aside from solar storms, which have a limited duration, and they are still geographically based. So don't repeat the term until you rule out everything else. Like, that is not a good term to be saying over and over again, because it's just not true.
Oh, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
People tell me the bands are dead. I go get on the radio to find out if the bands are dead. I stop calling.
But it's also kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? What if all of those 6-meter openings that nobody notices because nobody was ever there to check them, for instance?
Right. Another reason to be watching 6-meter traffic on Whisper or PSK Reporter.
Or you just put in N8YO in your ham alert and it'll go off whenever 6 is open.
Yeah, because he... That's the trick.
XYYL.
Well, I mean, she monitors it. I don't see her on it that much.
She's on it when she gets a chance to.
Right. Mike is on it like all the frickin' time.
That is true.
Yeah, I think what my issue is I don't have as much experience as you guys, and with the wider experience you guys have a better idea of what is good, what is bad. To me, this is the worst I ever had. And for me, it's a problem with when I broadcast out, people are having trouble hearing me and really scratchy. And, this is my first time going into the summer with radio. Also, it probably doesn't help me that I got construction popping up all around me, and they're going to be adding solar panels to the roofs of all these new houses that are coming up behind me.
So those are two separate things, right? So the first part about that, we started out, you were talking about they're not hearing you well. The local solar panels won't cause an issue there. So what is different, or what is your setup? To ask a little question about your station, like what antenna are you using, what in radios, etc.
Okay, this is really basic. That's
fine. Most everybody's just basic with a wire antenna. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, well, I have Yates 2 FT60R connected to a mast that is holding my Edfong DBJ2.
Gotcha. So we're not even talking about HF. We're talking about VHF, UHF.
Yeah, sad fact is I'm an extra who's never touched HF yet. I'm hoping to catch one on one of these field days.
So what we're talking about is not really related to VHF, UHF. VHF, UHF is line of sight. So you're more restricted on when there are people listening at the time and if they're replying. So if like the repeater's just not busy because people aren't monitoring it, or if you're on Simplex, there's just nobody talking on Simplex at the time. When you're talking, like our conversation dipped into HF because we were just fooling around with WSJTX and that stuff. And that is affected by propagation. But VHF, UHF is generally not.
Yeah, I was just because I've noticed that a lot of people are having harder time getting a hold of me, and isn't even the 2 meter and 70 centimeters somewhat affected by the seasons and how the no, it's not okay.
Not line of sight. So the reality is that should give you moment to pause to go check the connections on all your equipment. Go check connections, go check the antennas solid and all that stuff. That's what that should tell you. Like you should actually go inspect your station across the board, because you should not be like if you're talking like if you talk to the same person every week, just a couple times a week, whatever, and all of a sudden they come back and say like your station sounds different or you're not as easy to copy as you were, that would give me pause to go check my station.
That's some good
not
advice.
conditions.
I'll have to go take a look at it because, a lot of people that respond to it is I regularly hit a repeater that's way the heck out of my, I'm on the edge of the range, I think, but it's WA7ABU. Sometimes I have to jump to Echolink to talk to them, but I try to do RF as much as possible.
I was just about to ask if this is a repeater because it sounds like a repeater conversation.
Yeah, because now you got a second variable. Is the repeater in good working order? Did they not have a problem on their antenna, et cetera, et cetera? All that stuff is all part of the equation when you're talking VHF, UHF in this case. Yeah,
but new ham, so much more to learn, even with the extra license. To me, that just said I'm starting my journey, and boy, do I got a lot of place to play.
Fine. It's fine. Don't worry about that. It's not about when you get your extra, or you don't have to have some kind of knowledge threshold to where you're like you deserve the extra or not. Don't even worry about that. You pass the test, you're there. Somebody said you wouldn't even know without a meter on your VHF UHF. And so that's true. Do you have a power meter on the very last point on your coax before it goes out to the antenna?
Not really. It's like I said, very simple because it's all connected to an HT, and this is a system that, because of where I live, I have to have something I can tear down on the regular. So this is an antenna that's constantly going down and popping back up again.
Yeah.
So there could be a fair amount of wear and tear. I got everything adapted to B and C because I was told that it could be more robust.
You did say that FT60 thing, and I forgot. So that's my bad. You're probably fine. If anything, I would just go around and check all the adapters, check the antenna, make sure that all the connections are sound. That's more going to be a problem than potential. So here's the thing when it comes to VHF UHF. It's not that your regular repeater contacts get worse. It's that random weird openings happen where you pick up VHF UHF from areas that are hundreds of miles away, for no other reason other than tropospheric ducting and sporadic E transmissions, propagations. That should not affect your line of sight communication, though. It should not impact that at all. And even then, those moments in time are fairly limited. So you maybe get half a day out of a situation like that.
Another thing I'm wondering that's changed is basically I've had to shift the position of the antenna, especially now because they are doing some work almost right behind my place, so I can't pull it out as far away from the building as I normally can. So that could possibly be an issue.
Antenna placement for transmission can absolutely be a factor. So it's probably more that than anything. You may just need to move the antenna to a clearer spot with a better line of sight to the repeater that you want to talk to. Yeah, so give that a shot.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely wish I could have a more permanent thing, but that was like one of the few things that they restricted because I'm in a fourplex apartment. But they were nice enough to say, hey, if you can just take it down when you're not using it and don't get in the way of maintenance when they mow the lawns, have at her. So I actually got a pretty good situation for where I live.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah, I would just explore placement. That's a fun thing you can do too when you're just hanging out in the back or wherever you're running your station from. Is just move the antenna around. You will be surprised that on VHF, UHF, a slide 5 feet to the right, 5 feet to the left will fundamentally change how well you get into a repeater that's decently far away.
I have a question for you there, Mark. Do you have a balcony at all, or a railing, or anything like that?
Well, I don't really have a railing. I have a quote-unquote balcony, but I'm on the ground floor, so basically I run my antenna up, and then I go to a flat piece of coax to get through my window, and then I have a little cord to go from that to the radio, so, and I've gotten great contacts, and I've come through really sharp with, a lot of times, but now they're like, I'm very scratchy or breaking up bad. And I'm hearing them perfectly well, but I mean, the FT60's got this crazy good receiver, so that helps me hearing them.
Okay, I was just curious because I was going to say if you had a balcony or patio space or whatever, as long as you kept it, within like where the railing would be on a second or third story, and for you, you could probably keep stuff up a lot longer. That's just a train of thought I had.
No, my default is just to hang the headphone on the inside of my, right by my window. It's not optimal, but it gives me a little bit better antenna until I watch them mow the lawn, and then I set it up and I leave it up there. They mow once a weekend, so a lot of times after I see them mow, I'll set it up, and then I only have to take it down Sunday night, and that gives me several days of good antenna, the rest of the days of mediocre antenna.
All right.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I mean, try that out. Try moving the antenna around a little bit. I think you'll probably see some pretty positive dividends on that. Give that a shot. Yeah,
definitely. I like watching your videos because you usually have a lot of really cool advice, and you were partly influential on my choice to get the Ed Fong.
Nice. Yeah, it's good antenna. In general, all his stuff is really solid. Well, 20 meters is absolutely insane right now, kids. If you're not on 20 meters, you probably should be. It's stupid how good it is right now.
I went to 15.
Is it good?
If you like South America, New Zealand, Australia, then yes. So I'm getting a lot to the south. I'm not getting a lot anywhere else.
Yeah. 15 meters is a really good Pacific band, as I call it. I don't know how else to say other than it is the band if you want to work the Pacific. It's just 15 meters, and if you got a Yagi, point it west if you're in the States. That's going to be your best bet.
I will say this. I keep seeing our good friend James.
15, I think I'm jumping to 15. I don't have most of them that you listed on it.
Oh.
I think I'm also getting a bit of gray line. I think it's a lot of gray line. So if you see me, I'm down here. I'm literally on the gray line right now. Oh,
yeah. We're in full dark, so
we're definitely rocking the gray line right now. That's crazy. Oh my god, why is it? There we go. It's not rendering. There we go. Bingo. Yeah, if you want South America, the two bands that I like for that is 10 meters and 15.
Yeah, the thing where I'm at, it's like any band will give me Brazil and most of South America.
Any band is the South America pathway.
Yeah.
Hey, Don, I think that's something with us in the Midwest because, I've got a direct path to South America.
Yeah, I know Florida can have the same problem, but yeah, that's the reason. One of the reasons I got the beam was so I can point it north and not hear those guys.
I'm sorry, Don. That's having a direct pipeline somewhere is a problem. I'd love to have that problem then.
Well, I mean, see, here's the other side of that problem. So if you're on the other side of me and I choose to work them, then you don't stand a chance. So, like for me, try working into Europe when the East Coast wants to do it. There's no way that I can get over those guys. I mean, if I had a stacked array, maybe, but yeah, not just with a hex beam at 45 feet. Those guys all have, Mosleys, et cetera, at 45 feet or more, and then they're running power too. And so guess who gets heard is a 10 over, and I get maybe a 5/8. But, it's not that I'm not going to keep trying. I still enjoy it.
So somebody asks, Cagmitch asks, are you using your amp right now? No, but I'm putting about 134 watts in for some reason. I don't know why this is set to 134, but there you go, 134 watts. It'll top out at 200. But that's kind of overkill for FD8.
Yeah,
I've seen a little bit. I've used it
a little bit.
Yeah, I'm running 300.
If we're talking Christmas lights, then yes, I'll go to 200.
But yeah, like okay, that's an N7. There's an N7 that's hitting me at 27, and an N5 it's hitting me at 28. But some of the other stations I'm getting ZL at 13. So I'm hearing pretty good towards the south.
Are you pointed at them? Are you pointed south?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like, what? I'm not going to hear them at all. Are you talking? Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should point. Maybe this is the time because we're gray line. Maybe I should do that. So let's do that. Chat, well, we're going to do that right now. So I'm going to wait for this contact to finish. Hold on. Are we good? No, we're not good yet. I'll show you the magic of antenna pointing. So that's my little azimuthal map. I'm the center of the map, and it's a 360 cardinal degrees around my location. Okay, Canadian station, you're not copying me. So I'm going to point now to ZL, which is right here. So watch my antenna. The green line's my antenna. It's going to slew over there, and we're going to see if pointing over there is going to improve anything. So I will go slew, antenna rotate, and let's drag this out of the way. So now I'm going to slide over like that. Hey, we got some POTA action over there, so I'm pointed right at ZL land, so I'm going to call CQ over there. Let's see if we can, get this out of my, oh my God. Here we go. Let's see it.
Did you go to 20 or 15?
I'm still on 20. We'll see if we can get anything out of 20 before we move to 15.
And you might. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, that was a literal 180-degree turn from where it was at. So we're going from the back of the beam to the front of the beam. We should see some purple lines come up as we get to the end of the cycle here. Hopefully.
I'm sure you've got a steady monitor watching your rotation.
I do. I've got City Watch is keeping an eye on me right now.
Yeah.
Somebody's reporting it all, tracking every bit of it.
Mm-hmm. Do I have a rotary RF joint with your rotating antenna? A rotary RF joint? I've got a rotor, which is where I'm doing the programming for the turning like that. Okay, ZL, I got a pink line on ZL, and it's controlling that via the rotor control.
Was a rotary question more like a gimbal joint type of thing?
It's a rotor. It turns.
No, I meant if the question asker was meaning like a universal or like a gimbal in what they were asking to you.
Maybe.
Which I know you're not going to know that, but
maybe
that may help them refine their question.
Yes, there is absolutely a thrust bearing on the tower because the rotor is below the thrust bearing, and the thrust bearing is helping out my my tower support the mast, the final mast segment that the antenna rides on. If that's what you meant, yes, I have a big boy thrust bearing.
And I have a big
two locations. Okay, let's do it. We're gonna go 200 watts. Go give them the juice, boys. Let's see. And then we'll switch to 15 and see if we get them.
I bet one of those is Rolly's ZL1 BQD.
Where?
People are calling me on the back side of my beam right now. Okay.
Yeah, Rolly's not on, or I'd get pinged.
Yeah.
You never know when he could be on, Don. I've had times
I would I would know if he's either on CW or FT8. Yeah, right. And he will show up on mine whether he's doing CW or FT8 or POTA, which he does do POTA from time to time.
We're making stateside contacts.
But what I'm saying, Don, he does run a listen station on FT8, so one of those stations could just be Rolly's listening station.
Oh, I don't know. I'm seeing quite a few stations that are in ZL that are sending.
How about this call? This is a ZL2005 SWL. That's pretty sweet. All right, I'm going to halt here, and we're going to switch to 15 and see what's going on. Oh, there's lots of signals on 15.
Yeah. It's just I've worked them all.
All right, so we're gonna clear this out.
Like I'm seeing ZL2BX.
Well, when I say lots, not lots in comparison to FT8 on oh yeah, ZL2 right there. ZL2, yeah, there's so many already on the top there. But you see how the waterfall got real quiet? So now watch when I transmit. Let's see if we get more pink lines.
And I like to do that. I like to go to a less busy band that's like a higher frequency because I'm going to get further and there's going to be fewer people that I have to, listen to that I don't want to hear.
Oh, we got like a 2-to-1 SWR on
15?
That's not desirable.
No, of course, Snow Cones is hearing the normal group of Aussies on sideband on 21405.
Let's see if we got more pink lines out of that transmission.
Yeah, Matt has a good station.
We know that, yeah.
But Frank does.
Oh yeah, we're getting way more Aussie stations from the from that.
Yeah, Don, of course I don't. I don't have good property like you do.
Well, Frank?
No, there's no way to change it yet, Don. I wish.
POTA.
What time? I had an hour to kill on Thursday, and I got POTA in. That's the first POTA I've done in months.
Well, there you go.
I'm just hearing excuses, Frank.
Yeah.
Pretty low noise floor. What is going on? That's wild. Still getting stateside contacts on 15 though.
It's because when you point out towards the Pacific, there's a lot less noise than pointing towards America.
I hope. I mean, I got local noise problems though, so the fact that it goes away if I just slide down to 15 is pretty wild. I'm just gonna start using 15 for everything now.
Well, I know. If I point at Florida, my noise floor goes up. So if I'm pointing, and I've been working the hell out of California the last few days because I can hear like very low signals from California. If I go to Florida, these guys are S5, S6. I can't hear them because there's somebody running some kind of farm equipment.
They told me that too. Gavin Newsom called me. He's like, Don's blowing up our radio stations in California with his goddamn RF. We're trying to talk to Florida, but the combines are killing our signal. All I hear is Don.
I gotta say, that is a killer Gavin Newsom impression. Like
That was him,
dead
exactly.
on.
That was it. That was perfect. That was it.
Yeah.
You are traffic. You are traffic. That's Gavin Newsom. That's it. Nailed it.
If you haven't seen the latest season of Clarkson Farm, it's awesome.
And some poor guy's working somebody K8MRD. I've seen that call sign somewhere.
Yeah, I think he's been bouncing in and out of the chat.
Mhm.
Let's get some ZLs, man.
Have you seen that call sign on APRS?
All right, I'm gonna stop taking calls here for a second. Hold on, let me stop. And this guy's calling CQ. He's a -18 to me. ZL1 SXJ. So let's just throw some power at him. See if he can hear me.
Yeah, I've got ZL1 SXG
that's what I meant.
at a
SXG.
+4. Yeah. And then there's there's an LU trying to get you.
An LU? That's South.
Yeah. That's Argentina.
I'm not pointed at him right now.
Don't cry for me.
Don't cry for me, man. Oh, I just got the LU, but he's -21.
Really? I've got him at a +7.
Hey, man, I don't know what's going on with my 20 or my 15. My noise floor is like non-existent. It's like an S3.
Ooh.
What's going on there, kids?
Oh crap! Mine's an S2. I didn't realize that.
Okay. Well, I don't know that there's a tuning that you can do on the Step IR to peak, but I'm not gonna fool around with it. Okay, let's snag this. Oh, I'm a -21 to him. The LU. I'll go ahead and snag it real fast. Where's he at? LUDG. Yeah, there it is. Right there. Boom. That's the guy. LU9GDN. Well, he's off the side of the beam, like fully off the side. So let me pop a little RF action at him. Let's see if we can bump those numbers up. I am pointing the antenna at him right
Yeah, I'm shooting 300 watts at that ZL1, but he hadn't come back to me yet.
Oh, you have the amp on. We're amping up.
Oh yeah. According to Elecraft, you can run FT8 at the full 500 watts. I'm not going to do it, but they claim you can.
I will run it if I got it, man. I don't care. I always wonder, like, do the companies worry if I'm buying a radio from them? Because I will put the pedal to the metal. I don't care. But this goes to 11, so I'm gonna run it at 11. I want to see if it does it. Of course.
Yeah. You know I've got that Mercury light, right?
Yes. Yeah, you talked about that last week, I think, right?
Yeah. I've done the videos on it, but yeah, I ran 500 watts through that Hydra thing that Chuck created.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, no problems at all. And then I took one of the Chameleon whips and was running 500 watts through that. In fact, the last video I did, I was literally I was rag chewing with a guy, so I was keyed down for a while talking to this guy through one of those little whips. No problem at all.
So how does Chuck and company handle the whole factor that their antenna is like identical to Alpha's? How do they? What do they say about that?
Well,
I appreciate you're not their spokesman. I should just reach out. I shouldn't do this live like that. This is no shade to them, but at the same time, it's like these are identical things, guys. What are we doing out here?
Sort of, but they well, for one thing, of course, they're chokes and so forth, but they also are talking about, and I'm trying to be accurate because if I don't, Ape will beat me up. But
and I am not putting you on the spot. If you don't want to answer, it's fine. I should just go direct to Chuck. I literally have hiked with Chuck. We've hung out multiple times. He came to the camp out. I'm kind of being an asshole. I should just go direct to him. But I noticed I didn't put two and two in my head. Like, I walked over to their the craziest freaking Hamvention story, right? I'm walking over to their tent with Loyal. I was in between live streams or something like that, or I just finished a live stream. And while I'm walking over there, Steve with Aaron was going to find Smoking Ape to talk about the Balfangs. And we happened to come at the same time. Not coordinated. I swear on my life, not coordinated at all. Steve's in the chat.
I was so surprised to see you.
I had no idea. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, holy crap. Steve is talking to Ape about testing the Balfangs and the videos and all that stuff. And I was like, I was not thinking about it. But then in retrospect on the back end, it's literally the Hex antenna. It's literally the Hex thing that they're making the identical thing. Hey, it's a good design. I can't fault you on the design, right? Because it makes sense. But at the same time, it's like, ooh, okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, have you looked at the res? It's the same thing.
As chameleons? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same concept.
So that's the problem, right? Well, it's not a problem. It's just the nature of it is you can't really patent an antenna, right? Because antennas be antennaing, right? Like there's not a unique design. It's the only thing you bring to the table that's unique is like unique materials and special manufacturing. And Chameleon was doing that for a very long time. They had kind of the corner market on what I would call high-end antennas with very high-quality materials, also made in the USA. And then Res pops up, and they're like, hey, we can do that, but we're going to go like the full Magnum on all of this. Like, do you want a coil for 40 meters that weighs, that you could kill a guy with? Got your back. No problem. We got you. That kind of stuff. But the Hex the Hex antenna, I was like, oh man, I don't know what's going on here. But I realized it after the fact.
Yeah, I think one of the things that they've done is they have more mounting options than Chameleon does.
How?
Yeah.
What do they do different?
They actually have they have mounting options for painters, poles, and a lot of stuff like that.
But it's the same thread pitch, right?
No, the thread pitch is 3/824. Oh, you're talking about that?
I'm talking about the
Hex. It is 3/824.
It's the same thing. The hexagon thing is the same.
Hey, Don.
Yeah,
I've got the mirror mount that it comes with the Hextenna to be able to mount to painter poles and everything else with the Hextenna.
Okay.
Total nerdy side tangent. Shout out to Ants Canada. I know that One Ham Radio Tube does not do Instagram, but the Ants Canada Instagram is fantastic because he brings guests to his house, and his house is like an ant museum. There is like a base floor with a huge terrarium that goes up to the second floor, and then it connects over a sky bridge that you walk over that the ants are passing through. It is the most insane thing I've ever seen, and he brings his family over, and they're all just shocked by like what he's built. Ants Canada is insane. If you haven't watched the videos, they're fantastic, but his Instagram stories are even cooler if you are familiar with his channel. They're amazing. For most of you, you have no idea what I'm talking about, and that's okay.
Nope.
It's okay. Very weird YouTube hole that we just found ourselves in. I'm not getting the love from the VKs and the ZLs. What's going on?
Neither am I, and I mean, I hear him in a mind. Now, the problem with me is he may have worked me already.
Right. I'm not hearing him, man. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop transmitting. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
I just worked.
So, Josh, since we're random right now, have you had a chance to go by the box yet?
Which box?
Your P.O. box. Have you gone by your P.O. box recently? Because Norm and I sent you something that I think you'll get a kick out of.
So I let me just repeat that. I went on Friday, which is Juneteenth, and the reason I stopped is because there was 8 cars in the parking lot. And then when I rolled in, it was just everybody in the parking lot going, "Why is this place closed? Why is it not open?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's Juneteenth. I pulled in because you guys are all here. Now I'm an idiot because I knew it was closed, but I was like, maybe there's a chance." So no. Also, I'm going to be on travel next week, so I'm going to send my wife to go. So thank you if you send something. I appreciate it. We'll pick it up. But I'm going to have to get her in there on like Monday because I think there's some stuff waiting already. And the lady that runs the P.O. boxes, she don't play games. She will just send stuff back. She gets frustrated.
Well, we haven't gotten it returned, so that's a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a little thing that Norm builds, and I just thought you would get a kick out of it. It's right in your wheelhouse of like niche ham radio type things, so I hope you enjoy it.
Appreciate that. I love it. So we got a VK2 JJM -4 to me. So we should be able to knock this one out. This should be an easy business. Easy business.
So Josh, I heard you talking about legal limit and FT8. I regularly run legal limit with the ACOM, and then some with FT8. But that's a normal thing, just because you can.
That's right, dude. It's not a low power mode. It's a low signal.
Not a low, right?
I just want to make sure they can hear me.
Yeah,
that's right.
And the thing is, and I've talked about this before, you never know what that other guy's noise floor is. I mean, you might be hearing him great, but if he's got a high noise floor like Josh, then you might need more power just to get over his noise floor.
Yeah, I'm trying to make the S as big as I can for that end.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
I think I worked.
That's the ticket.
I think I worked Connor one time, and Connor hit me at a +30.
That sounds good.
On one of the. Yeah, he was running one of those stations.
We're doing okay. VK2 came back to me as a +2. He reported that I'm a +2 to him right now. So we're doing all right. We're doing all right.
QRP mode.
I just worked that guy just before you.
What do he give you?
-7.
All right. All right, we got the VK.
Yeah, for whatever reason, when you were working him, he disappeared for me. Because I was trying to see where you worked it.
Hey, Don, you and I worked POTA this week.
Right.
My second or third POTA activation. And I didn't recognize it was you until after he had already given me the call sign. That was very cool.
Yeah, I actually said, hey, this is N5SKT. Hi, Steve. And then you said SKT, and I was like, oh, okay, well, you didn't hear me.
No, honestly, it was, I want to say that was like 115 or 120 QSOs. Like, it was a pile up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, you were doing well.
Here's a Australia station at -22. So that's pretty low. I'm going to see if I can blow his doors off right now.
So, Don, it's gotten to the point where I just hear your voice and I just know it's you.
They're like, yeah, Don, barely hear you. 5'9".
Yeah. Well, I know Greg's like that. EGG Greg is like that. Well, there's several people that I talk to regularly. In fact, I'm working a lot of POTA stations now just for the fun of it because I just love POTA Cat. click on the deal and it turns the beam and sets the antenna genius to the right antenna, and then sets the radio to the right station. And all I've got to do is sit there and listen, and then step on the foot pedal and talk. It's so easy.
Now, Don, you didn't work me on my pod on Thursday then.
Probably because you were either doing it after I'd gone to bed or before I got back from work.
It would have been 2 p.m. Central Time.
Yeah, that'd been 5. No, I wasn't home yet.
No. 2 p.m. Central, because it was noon for me. So.
Oh, well, 2 p.m. is even worse, Frank. Yes, I was at work.
What? You mean you don't remote in like Tim and Joe Brett and these other guys do?
Not when I'm in a meeting. And I was definitely in a meeting on on Thursday.
I always remote in while in meetings.
Right?
Yeah, no kidding. Excuse me, guys. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, you're 5-9 in the park.
Yeah. And November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, you're 3 to me right now.
All right, we got a ZL. Oh no, it's the same one.
What was funny, Don, is I actually was doing really well into 6 and 7 land that evening. It was crazy. I just like half the log was 6 and 7.
6, 7.
Yeah. I mean, and I think this is what we found on 40. I mean, one of the things I really love to do is work the HRCC HF net, which shameless plug, but that is that's so much fun because week after week after week, we get to see the changing conditions because 40 changes so much. And there are times when, like, I can't hear Evan, but it's not because Evan's too far away or he's, down in the noise, so to speak. He's literally shooting over me.
Yeah.
Because 40 will just go really long and we can just tell it. So it's really interesting to be on that net week after week after week.
Okay, so we have I think we've topped the charts on the VKs. So I'm gonna point. So for everybody watching, we're gonna take our little pointer. We're gonna click over here to the Japan and Asiatic Russia area and parts of China, Korea. So we're blasting. So from where I'm at, I'm blasting like across. It's like a bow shot right over the top of all those countries. And my rotor has to roll back now, unwrap the coax to get around to that. So I'm on 15. We'll keep it there for a minute.
Josh, I put a picture of a rotary joint in the chat earlier, but it's funny. I'm really surprised that as a ground systems guy, that's a pretty common thing. But it's when you say the unwrap, all I can think of is, I can do 720 degrees, and then I got to do the unwind because then it gets really expensive.
Where did you post this image? What do you mean?
Oh, it was I could probably find it again. It was I had
on live stream, right?
Yeah, in the chat. It was a microwave.
I got it for you, Josh.
It was a microwave rotary joint.
You've my God! Look at that thing. Yeah, look at this.
That was one of the. That's in the pedestal of one of the 10-meter.
So that's for a gimbal, like a full gimbaled apparatus. If you're doing azimuth and elevation, right?
I can show you a picture of the. I can throw a picture of the in the chat.
But
here.
If you're doing, that's for also doing elevation, right?
That's the azimuth. I can throw some pictures in here if you want to see what the inside looks like. These are fine.
Oh, because it's hardline. Okay, now I get it. Never mind.
It's all waveguide.
Yeah, it's all waveguide. Yeah. Okay, that's insane. Yeah, that's
there's
fully insane. Yeah, no, that's not what we're doing here.
That's waveguide.
The JAs are working on. That's kind of wild too. Is that like The JAs and the Australians must just be blasting each other constantly, right? Because that's DX. KL5, hold on. We're not doing states right now.
Alaska?
We're doing what?
Is KL Alaska?
Is he Alaska? Oh, I'm actually kind of pointed at them. So okay, hold on. Let me just knock that out because he's been hitting me up. So let's just knock it out. Now that I'm actually semi pointed at you. Dude is now that I repointed, he went from 7 to a plus 15. Oh my god. All right. Oh, he's in the chat. Okay, here we go. Should be throwing it at you right now. Oh, now you can't hear me. Bro. Oh, we just shot up. Wow, when you point in a different direction. We shot up to 2.2 to 1 SWR. I'm going to have to readjust my step IR.
Yeah, Steve, quick question. When should you consider working long path?
When should you consider long path?
Yeah.
When it's active.
Oh, okay.
Really,
No.
it all depends. It depends on propagation. Gray line is great. I do long path at the edge of gray line, and that's a really good time to do it.
Oh, okay. Because every once in a while, I'll have to turn the beam, and it'll have to go all the way around. And when it gets to the long path, you can hear them, but then you as you go on around, they'll disappear and then come back again. So it's like I've heard it, but I'm like, okay, when do I want to do that?
Yeah, so long path, it's interesting. So long path is a great way. So I've run this a few times. If your normal heading is really, really noisy, sometimes rotating the antenna to the long path will give you, the front to back will give you the attenuation for the interferer and give you that path of propagation is good, give you a path to that weak signal. And I've done that several times, many times. And that's a good way sometimes to make a contact that you normally can't hear just because of either atmospheric noise or just interfere or noise along the path, along the short path. But yeah, long path is it's always an option.
Oh, okay. And have you ever heard yourself?
Yes, the whisper. Yes, yeah. It's a very the first time you hear it, it's kind of freaky because I almost hear it on a delay too.
Right. Yeah, I had that happen to me one time with a 705. I was doing 5 watts, and I'm like, wait a minute, why am I hearing myself? But it happened.
Oh yeah, and sometimes if propagation is really funky, you'll get the long path interfering with the short path, and I've had that happen a few times. Sometimes over the pole does that.
Oh, okay.
This is a
I don't
Jody
think I've
image,
never
right?
had
This is
that.
Jody. Yeah, it's totally Jody.
I think that's fantastic.
I love the mullet. That's great. And then the roadie case with the ICOM shoved into it. Fantastic. Just
of course it's a Jody image.
Of course. I'm not hearing much Asia. Where's our Asians at in Asia? That's what we want to hear right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one that I have tried. I've tried it and tried it and tried it, and I cannot hear Victor Uniform.
And that is not a train. That is a true steam engine. That is a farming engine.
You're upset because it's not on a rail, Frank? Is that the problem?
No, I'm fine with it. I love them.
But it's a steam engine and not a train because it's not on a rail, correct? Is that the distinction?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. All right, fine.
But does it satisfy emergency power?
A steam engine? Oh, that's actually a really funny idea. Is if you power... Could you use a steam engine to run an alternator to get electric power and then run your ham radio off of it? That is a very fun idea. That is a really fun idea, actually. I wonder how many revolutions a second do you need to charge a battery?
That's a 1/2 scale, and it's 65 horse.
65 horse? That'll do it. That should do it. Well, it's also the RPM. So the RPM that you can rotate and spin the alternator, that's fun. That's actually really a fun idea.
So would that count as emergency power?
Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely. Yeah,
It runs
absolutely.
off wood coal.
Yeah. Oh, it runs off wood too? Yeah, it's like the most. Like, that's great. Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely
Absolutely.
alternative power.
I have a
that's
new
super
life
cool.
goal.
That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, I would be totally down for that. That'd be fun.
I wanted to
oh,
get
that's
one of these to begin with. Now I want to do it just to have field day.
Yeah, because you definitely don't need that much horsepower. It's more the rotation speed that you need to be able to run an alternator. So you probably need to run that into a battery of some kind and charge it, and to smooth out the power, right? Because if it's a steam engine, you're gonna get pulses. I'm guessing pulses off of an alternator of energy. So you may need to buffer that a bit with a battery. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really fun.
Well, if you're able to put a flywheel on the alternator side to where you could ratio it up to get your speed.
If you want to power your radio directly off of a steam engine,
No, I'm sorry.
I would say like first charge the battery off the alternator, off the steam engine, and then run the radio off the battery. If you wanted to go direct though, sans battery, then you would need to balance the load so that the alternator has a relatively smooth RPM.
Right,
That's cool.
Rectifier would be a good idea as well.
Maybe I misspoke. I was saying if you put a flywheel on the alternator side, and you could ratio it up to get your RPM going, and smooth out the stuff because it's on a big flywheel.
Oh, but yeah, it's still gonna get weird judders. You'd almost need like a clutched flywheel or something like that to smooth it out. You're talking about just the momentum of the mass of the flywheel, right?
Right.
I think you'd have to like clutch it or do something to like. You'd have to slow down the surges so that it's just a very smooth rotation. Again, my guess, this is all just total, I'm literally just thinking in my head. That's why I just let the battery handle it. Give it to the battery.
I agree.
I'd put a battery in there to buffer it.
Yep.
That's a cool idea, though. That's a damn cool idea.
Yeah, you'd want the battery so that when you go out to chop more trees to get the wood to go into the firebox, that you'll have some time to do that.
This is, I like Don's. I like where Don's head is. You get a tractor, and I don't want to screw this up. Get a steam engine powered tractor that has on one side a log splitter, so you can continue to fuel the fire, and on the other side an alternator that you can put into a battery, and you can run your ham radio off of that. Now we're talking. Now we're really.
Josh, can you hear me?
I can. You're very low. Bump it up a little bit.
All right, that's good. I've been trying to get this thing to work for the past 10 minutes.
All right, you got it. You've made it. What's going on, man?
Oh, it's been good. I've been waiting for the Hamfest in July. It's going to be on the 19th up in Washington, Missouri.
Nice.
So it was a nightmare to get here to this channel.
Why? It's so easy.
It's not a problem. So I couldn't talk earlier, so I pinged in like the live stream channel because my computer would not let me bind a key to push to talk. It wouldn't let me bind it, so I had to go find the config file, throw in a piece of configuration for it to work.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just getting annoying.
Now I have to ask you, do you have the microphone as far away from your mouth as possible? Could you bring that closer?
Hold on. I gotta go it's a webcam.
Oh, okay. So that's by choice. You are on the right mic. Okay.
Yeah. I brought it closer.
Oh, so much better. Okay. Now, so sometimes people select the wrong microphone, like if they have a boom mic on their headphones. Like I just remind people, like, you're on the wrong mic. You're very roomy. So now we hear you just fine.
I can't use my good headset that I had last time. It broke, and I'm trying to RMA it currently.
Oh no! All right, I'm sorry to hear
So
that.
I'm forced to use my webcam at the moment.
All right, well, I'm gonna take a second and I'm gonna spin the antenna back around because right now we're not hearing. There's no Asia on the air right now. Asia is not on the air, so I'm gonna spin back around to Minnesota, like I normally do, and I think I'm gonna switch to 40. I'll make another couple of calls on 15 for all the stateside folks who are trying to make a contact, because there are some of them, and then I'll switch to 40. But yeah, go ahead, man. What were you gonna say? Oh, sorry, I didn't see your username. I didn't capture it in my brain. Our new joiner. Go ahead.
It's 1010 and a call sign. If I 10-0 and a call sign.
Yeah, 10-0. Go ahead. Did you have a question, or was you just wanted to come hang out? Oh, we lost him. The webcam has fallen.
Yep.
No problem, man. Well, yeah, feel free to hop back in.
Used to rotate your beam. You're using HRD, right? I mean, to control it through a computer.
No.
So
I have a green heron rotator.
Right.
That's the rotator controller box that USBs into my Raspberry Pi, and it's all controlled over Node-RED. So that interface you're seeing is Node-RED. And I would show you the station controller right now, but it's not responding for some reason. I don't know what's going on. So let's see if we can. It'd be really cool if we get the station controller. In fact, I might try and power cycle it and see if I can get it back on the air here, because I would love to. There's another way to do this. Hold on. So let me get back in here.
I think those green herons are almost as expensive as the one that I bought.
It's definitely not cheap. I'll be honest with you. It's not cheap.
Yeah. Well, the one I bought at the time was $800, and now it's up to. It almost immediately went up to $1,300. But I'm telling you, that particular controller.
$1,300. I did not pay for anything like that. That's crazy.
I've seen some of the green herons. I thought at that.
No, nothing like that. No, unless I got in at an early time, but I did not pay anything like that. No.
Oh, okay.
No. 1,300? I would not get a rotor controller at 1,300. That's crazy.
I paid $800 for, but.
Oh, I don't even think I paid that. What, a green heron? You're talking about a rotor controller?
Yes, and it does all of the things that you're doing through Node-RED and all of that stuff in the interface. So it hooks up through Ethernet. You can control it from anywhere, and on the front of it, it has a great circle, and you just touch the great circle, it goes. It has built-in. You can go in and say hit the number. Or the heading, and it'll come up with a list, and you type in ZL1, and it goes, oh, that's it, and boom, and it starts turning towards that, to the ZLs. So it's got all of that built into the controller.
No, I didn't. Okay, well, we'll have to dive into that for a hot second. I'd like to get this back on the air, though. Why the hell? Okay, hold on. There's a fast way to do this. I think if I go like this, hold on. Yes. All right. All right. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this. Hold on. How many? Hold on. How many meters we got
here? So on the Green Heron website, their rotor controllers run $650 to a little over $1,000 for looks like the cat's meow version.
The prices went up, dude. That's not what I paid. I did not pay.
Yeah, the $1,000 one does as L.
Oh, that's probably.
Yeah. This one will do as L too.
Yay! It's up. Okay. So I just needed to be reset. All right. So the radio's a little toasty, but no big deal. So let's throw some power at this. Check this out. So hopefully, yeah, there we go. We got ports firing. I don't have these to like real-time refresh.
Oh.
We'll see how it goes. All right. I do have to go in here into the station controller and move a lot of my backup stuff over. I'd like to move over to station controller as much as possible. Now I got it on the DIN rail and it's all set up. I think it's going to be probably more reliable than my Raspberry Pi setup, but I don't know.
Doesn't that run off a Raspberry Pi?
It does, but it's like a surface mount Raspberry Pi. But then I have a backup to the backup. Oh, what is that? Who is UB6? Is that South too? I think that's South. All right, we're going to switch over. We're going to stop, halt transmit, and we're going to go to 40. And then we watch the noise floor go through the roof, astronomically through the roof. I think I might have. I get to head back to Huntsville again. Everybody, very excited. Love to hang out in Huntsville. I found a German spot, which is pretty decent. Very excited about that because if you think of like Operation Paperclip and where a lot of the German scientists ended up, they ended up in Huntsville. So I would have thought that there'd be a legacy of good German restaurants in Huntsville. There's actually not, which bums me out significantly because I like German food a lot. And not a lot of good showing out there. Little bummed out by that. Don't know what happened. I'm guessing all the German scientists died and then that's it, I guess. I don't know. But there's one spot that's kind of by the hotel that we stay at. I'm probably going to go back there next week, which is going to be great. But yeah.
It's probably safer for them to Americanize themselves.
Dude, I don't know, because if you go to like Colorado Springs, the Garden of the Gods is a spot that the Germans found, and they called it the beer god, or the beer garden of the gods. It's not Garden of the Gods. It's the beer garden of the gods. If you had to set up a beer garden somewhere, you should set it up in the Garden of the Gods, was like what their discovery was. It was founded by Germans. Dude, could you imagine? Just for anybody who's been to the Garden of the Gods, just so for reference, it is the coolest little red rocks that have jutted up out of the ground. And it overlooks Pikes Peak in Colorado Springs. It is a beautiful, like, little trail walk you can go on. How amazing would that be if there was a little beer stand where you can just get a little walk-in beer and just go walk the Garden of the Gods? That would be amazing. It'd be so fun. It'd be amazing. Need more of that.
So when I was there, I actually asked the ranger all about it, and apparently what makes it so unique is that they jetted up sideways. So like instead of coming up like a normal mountain would, it was almost as if they laid up on their side. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, the layers of the sedimentary rock or whatever that is, I don't know what red rock is, but normally you expect them to be layered. Oh, too much power. Let me dial that back a little bit. We set off the fire alarm. Okay. Let's see if that works. That the sedimentary layers are vertical instead of horizontal. Very cool. All right, we're on 40 now, so we should be a little bit more terrestrial. We're going to lose all our fun DX. That's okay.
That's why I'll stay on 20.
Oh, I'm in the wrong. Why did it switch me over there? That's not helpful. There we go. Oh, it's like stuck. Hold on. There we go. That's all the seed. There it is. We found it. Oh God, there's somebody right there. Oh no, I'm outside. Okay, I'm out. I'm a little outside. All right, now I'm going to. 20 meters is fantastic right now. Oh man, I don't know. Should I go back to 20? Let's see what 40. No, 40's pretty dim actually. I'll make a couple.
That's funny because over the past couple of past week or so, 20 has been absolutely dead, and 40's been gangbusters. At least here.
Yeah, 40's quiet. I think everybody realized 20's popping, and they were like, "Oh, dude, I'm getting all the way down to South America though on 40." I hope.
But I don't want South America.
I know.
You talk to the Germans.
I know. Talk to the Germans in Argentina. Is that what we're saying, Steve?
Yeah, you can talk to the Germans. Yeah.
Well, we have Germans here in New Braunfels.
All right.
Yeah, there's a big German population in Texas.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is that the community where they still speak German primarily?
Not when I was there, and that was like what 40 years ago. They really weren't speaking German, but awful lot of clock stores.
The German clocks, very precise.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was the cuckoo clocks. I think I still got that clock too. I don't see it, but I think I do.
Okay, let's say hi to our YouTube friends because I think we're dwindling in the group here. I think that we lost some. Bill, I missed you. I wanted to hear the book report on Marie Antoinette. I'm bummed out that you had to leave. You should have just yelled at me if you had watched it. I don't know if you're gonna see this, but just next time, just hey, I got you got it. You got to jump in there and tell me if you watched it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. But okay, I'm gonna say hi to some YouTube friends. I'm still gonna probably hang out for a little bit because everybody's still gone, and I don't think there's any food here. So we're gonna first say hi to Brian, Overland Amateur Radio. So I'm not familiar with your channel. Are you in the chat, Brian? Is that this Brian? WQ0 Alpha?
I know he was there. I was just talking to him a minute ago in Discord, not talk, but typing. So you might need to set a push to talk.
And we might have lost Frank. So if somebody has his link, I'd love to pop it up. Let me do my jammy jam here.
Right now.
Sorry, I'll look him up. The problem is
I can do it too.
Okay.
Overland Amateur Radio. Okay. See, that's what I was worried about. If I search, you're gonna get Jason because I'm an overlanded guy.
I put it in the YouTube chat.
Oh, and I hate Microsoft Bing, guys. I hate it. Hey, look at Jason. What's up, Jason? How's it going? Oh, hold on. Hey, I found him. Literally, it's all Jason. Hey, I think this is like the first time you've been on the chat, maybe. So I'll throw you a sub there. Right on, man. Right on. It looks like Grayman dropped the link, so guys, give some support there. What do we got? He's not here, so let's just audit his chat. or his page. I see a lot of AI thumbnails. That's not bad, but here's my problem. Okay, I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to tell you the problem. I'm going to tell you the problem that AI doesn't tell you. The thumbnails, the font is too small. There's too much going on. There's way too much going on. So when I'm on my phone, which you're like, hey, you should watch my channel on a TV or whatever. The problem is that most everybody's on their phone. Most of those fonts are too small. Very small for like thumbnail sizes. You should try and like reduce the complexity of your thumbnails, make the font bigger, give a lot of so right now I see your face, but everything else gets all muddied out in this Hamvention Hall one. So let's take a look. We're auditing live. Here we go. We're gonna audit live. Throw another out there.
This WQ about what I got at Hamvention. Now I know Hamvention was like so last month, and everybody's done their show and tell. But it's my turn, and I have been busy doing live streams and product reviews, and finally I got around to doing.
All right, let's see what he got.
Without mesh core when they're at big events
Word.
like Hamvention.
Got the
and so I wanted to get on that
Low Mesh,
bandwagon and learn about
Ranger. Sweet little setup.
On their
he's trying to get the PTT to work.
Or Huntsville.
Well, we're just gonna
receive
keep,
audio system up
there you
there
go.
already.
Parametric receive is
And
sweet.
I've already at the time.
The foot pedal, by the way, unsung hero. Hold on.
Wasn't that nice of him?
Unsung hero in the Heil catalog is this foot pedal. If you do contesting or anything like that, foot pedal is awesome. Definitely should have a foot pedal. Foot pedal is the way to go. And this thing's like $45. I beat the crap out of mine. It works really well. Big fan of the foot pedal.
The next thing I got at a special convention
he
price,
got an Aaron key. He got a modern Morse key. I'm blocking him a little bit. I apologize. So I don't want to steal some of the thunder there. So go check out his channel. Pretty cool. Nicely done. Yeah. All right. So we'll let him sort out his mic. But if he's able to get, oh, I heard check.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, what's up, man? You made it.
I'm not sure what I did right, but I'm here.
So what's going on, dude? How's it going?
Hi, Josh. So you met me at the at Hamvention. I was in the overlanding vehicle, and I pulled up to you and your associate there, and told you I was going to say hi to you, and then we went over to have dinner with you all. We were parked kind of in the same spot over there at Hamvention.
Nice.
I was in the Lunar Rock Tundra with the Alucab camper on it.
Okay, right on.
We sat together a little bit over at Jason's camper. But yeah, that's
nice.
That's who I am, if you can associate the face to the name.
I see your face, and I remember seeing your face, and that's kind of what I work on. Names are hard for me, but faces,
no problem.
So I remember meeting you.
We didn't spend much time together. You were busy, and I didn't want to bother you, so I didn't really come over and say hi much. But we were sitting across from each other there.
I'll tell you and everyone else, if I'm sitting at Jason's camp area at any Hamfest, if I'm sitting down and chilling, that is the best time to ask me a question or hang out. Generally, Jason's like, yeah, everybody come on over, say hi, whatever. It's always been fun. That is the best time to ask me a question if you want to hang out and talk or whatever. That is the right time to do it, is when I'm just like chilling. I probably have a beer in my hand at that point. Like, we're good to go. We're all set. So, yeah.
And that's exactly why I didn't want to bother you, because you were chilling, and I didn't want to be that guy.
That is the right time. Otherwise, I'm moving because I got to get to somewhere. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm like, if you find me on the show floor, I get stopped, and that's great. You hang out and talk to people, hand out stickers, all that stuff. But I'm usually doing something. If I'm chilling at Jason's trailer, it's because I'm just hanging out and just whatever. So yeah, feel free. But anyway, don't talk about me. Like, what's going on with your channel? What have you been up to? Obviously, you got some overlanding stuff going on, or like, what's your radio situation like? Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, it's a fairly new channel, and I feel like it's still evolving. I'm not sure exactly where I want to settle into, but I started doing Parks on the Air, doing just recording Parks on the Air and incorporating my overlanding vehicle, taking it out on adventures, trying to tell a story, not just being an activator and only, you know, and the overland parts getting more incorporated into the channel, and it's like I said, it's kind of evolving. I need to find my niche to settle into, and I'm trying a little bit of everything. You saw on there, I was struggling to find the push to talk stuff. I wasn't watching you look at my channel or anything, but yeah, I'm dipping a little bit into product review. I'm dipping into live stream, which is fun. I've got a studio built out here in my house now, and so it's nice to get the creative juices flowing here at the house. But you know, I'm also all about the POTA adventure with overlanding mixture in it. So as you can see there,
of the two communities, I think that probably Overland is bigger, but I could be wrong. Like the niche of people watching, I think you have way more aspirational viewers in the overlanding community than the ham radio community, but I might be wrong. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, I can agree. I'm trying to just stay true to having fun. I mean, I honestly don't know where my ultimate goal is. I'm not trying to be the next big deal. I'm learning. Yeah. I'm just trying to figure things out and get to know people and do what I'm doing here with you, and ask lots of questions and just trying to go with it and see where I settle in. I'm like, it would be cool if I was at 40 at the 426,000 subscribers like you are, but it's also I'm freshly retired as a firefighter, and I'm okay with figuring this stuff out and not trying to rush it and be something I'm not. So
I will give you credit for something that I don't see a lot, is that you are continuing to post videos. You have a consistency. Consistency is the one thing that a lot of people lack, and you don't have to make the best video every time. You just need to post consistently. I didn't know where I was at most of the time when I was making videos until I started finding things that people liked, etc. Yeah, man, I like it. I like the fact that you're consistent and you've got some hustle behind it. That's awesome. The thing that it's really tough because your bread, like almost your bread and butter, is make more overlanding videos. Go out more, talk more about overlanding gear, and then use amateur radio to like Salt Bay the overlanding. Like, how cool is it that while I'm also off-grid overlanding, that I'm talking to someone in Uruguay or something like that, right? Like that felt to me like the big thing, the hack of overlanding is not make a video about amateur radio per se. It's an overlanding video, but then you cut to the amateur radio and it's just a couple of snippets, and you throw that at people and they go, what the hell was that? Because they have no idea. But you're overland, you're off-grid, that's supposed to be the big thing. You're boondocking, and you hit them with the ham radio, and they're like, oh, holy crap, what is that? That's the nut that I don't think a lot of the videos have cracked yet, is that it's a full overlanding video. You do the whole thing, you got the drone shot chasing you around into the spot, you're setting up the tent. It's almost like a vlog. And then you hit them with the ham radio. It's like, I am so overlanding that I'm doing one-to-one communication. I'm not even using Starlink. I don't even trust them. I only go over ham radio. Like, that's, to me, that's the way you get like on top of all the overlanding guys. Is you're like, I'm talking to Uruguay on my radio. I don't even trust Starlink. I don't trust them. That would be my joke. That's what I would do.
Okay.
But
that's good. That's good.
I don't know.
And what were you saying about the thumbnails? I was urgently trying to get things to work here.
These all look good on my computer, but they're not going to look good on a phone.
Okay.
All the text here is too small for a phone. So it's just going to look like a big old mess, and there's nothing that makes you pop out or the thing that you want to show pop out. It doesn't give... So the biggest challenge you have with thumbnails is you got to make them look good on a phone and also look good on a computer. They'll all generally look okay on a computer, but they got to look good on a phone because that's where most of the viewers are. They're on the toilet, they're on a bus, or they're laying in bed and they're watching your video. You got to make it pop in the smallest way possible. So for example, this POTA board with all the folks, packed room, love that. Don't get rid of that, but make the title pop more, or leave a question. POTA board gives an annual review of future endeavors. Big crowd. Kind of a boring title, so you probably want to throw a statement in there that is clickable. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Something that
totally get
draws
that.
people in. Yeah.
And where my head was at with those two videos was just giving the audience a view of what the POTA board looked like at the show. It was a very short video, just to show them. I didn't feel like it was really a part of my YouTube spiel. It was just kind of a little media snippet of what was happening.
So then what you do is you don't repeat the title in the thumbnail. You say behind the scenes in big, bold letters, because so you've already got a title. The title gives you all the information. You want to put something on top of the thumbnail that is above and beyond the title. So you want to be like, POTA board, this gives all the information. The title says everything. POTA board gives an annual report to endeavors. POTA behind the scenes in big text that is literally all that white space on the top. You could be like POTA behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That's just...
I honestly didn't think about doing much at all with those two videos because all they were pan shots. So.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't watched the video. I'm not commenting on the quality of that video at all. I'm just saying, if you were making a thumbnail, that's...
Yeah, I gotcha.
That's the way. These two dudes down here, you're not going to see them on the phone. You'll know that there's a human there, but you're not gonna know much about them because they have no contrast. There's nothing that pops.
Okay. That's really good. Thank you.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, thanks for joining us. Anything you got? You want to mention? You got a hot video coming up? You want to talk about?
I'm just planning some. Actually, just planning some overlanding trips right now, and I plan on just doing some short run trips to local areas for radio play and whatnot. But I want to showcase the overlanding part more.
There you
but I'm going to Jay, Oklahoma in September, and I'm going to go to Huntsville. You'll see me at Huntsville there this year.
Nice.
And I'd like to do Moab in October. I'm not positive if that's going to happen or not, but probably do that. So that'll be some good content providing trips.
Oh, yeah. Moab's great. So cool, man. Thanks for joining us out here. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me.
All right, next is Don, N5SKT. What's going on, man?
Well, not much. I just finished a couple of videos on the Mercury Light, and I really like the amplifier. It works really well, and like I said, I was pumping 500 watts through one of the Chameleon whips, and then I also did it through one of Chuck's hex tenas, or what, Hydra, that's what he calls it. And so that's working real well. Been messing around still with the LLMs and doing or learning how to install and run an AI. I'm not really that into how to build them or how to put them together. I might learn a little bit of that peripherally, but I don't really want to get into that business. That's not what we do. It's more about how can we make use of it in a way that it's not pushing things out to the, that it's all local. It cannot be, if you're putting intellectual property into it, you cannot be sharing it with the rest of the internet.
Okay.
So I've been playing around with that. I'm also still, what little time I have, I'm trying to get 44net set up. I got, what that guy gave us last week. Well, that's a small part of it. Then you've got to do all the routing, and I'm still struggling with the routing, mainly because of my situation in my own network. And I just bought this little GLINet thing, kind of like what Bill was talking about, but I don't think this one is the right one for it. So I'm probably going to end up with another one of those. So that, and when I get time to do radio, I'm doing some DX. I did a little bit of cleaning up on the on my shack, trying to get it reorganized because I've got too damn much stuff sitting around on the floor. But I'll eventually get that done. So that's really all. And then field day, because I'm the field day coordinator for the club here in the Gun Barrel Maybank, Eustis area. And so the last couple of weeks has been, hey, Don, what are we going to do about this? And I'm like, I don't care. We can do whatever you want. I'm totally open. But so there's a lot of that kind of stuff.
You got to have an answer.
Well, some of it's like, well, hey, have you ever seen this Meshtastic stuff? Yeah, I've seen it. Oh, okay, you're the expert. No, I don't use it. I don't use it. I know of it. I've watched all the videos. Is okay, you're the expert. Okay, I'm the expert and stuff like that. Now we are going to have a cow. Steve might not know what that is, but we've got a cow coming out to field day, and the EOC coordinator is going to be out there with his cow, and then with a tower.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are lucky this year that they're coming out, so we'll be able to get some points with that, because getting the mayor and some of those other people involved in a small town is difficult. But the county EOC guy's like all over it. He comes to our meetings. He participates. So and he's not even a ham. He just likes he just likes to be there and work with us. So that's a great boon to us as a county, or because where I came from, the city was real involved. So anyway, I'm getting ready for field day. I've got a lot of radios to get together. I've got laptops I'm putting together, all that kind of stuff, all the fun stuff, and getting ready to take your club out to field day.
There you go. Right on, man. Cool. Well, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. All right. Next is
Tim.
I think Frank is gone, so it's gonna go to Tim Grayman Poto.
What's going on? Man, I'll tell you what, I'm living a dream. So thanks about a little topsy.
Oh, wait, hold on. Hey, hold on. Somebody's streaming. Freddy Bear, stop streaming. Somebody's streaming? There you go. Thank you, buddy. It causes delays in the chat. Go ahead, Grayman.
Oh, yeah. If you didn't have an opportunity to watch Ryan Hall Wednesday night or Max Velocity, I had what turned out to be an EF2 tornado zip through about just 3 miles south of where I live. It was about 15 miles long, and it's at some points up to 800 yards wide. Was the damage trail. But it was a interesting event. The Morgan Monroe State Forest, and actually it's marked temporarily closed right now. I've been in and out and videoed a lot of the damage and everything, and have not had any issues with DNR. I think they just got the roads closed. So I've been putting together some footage for that to do a video. Not only just the video from the damage itself, because it's awesome, yet just scares the living bejesus out of me of how damaging the tornadoes can be. But also the Skywarn, the ability to be hunkered down in your basement with your kids and your wife and the dog, and that radio is the lifeblood, right? The way of communicating. Scanners, which now I almost want to start a whole national effort about not allowing public service agencies to encrypt their traffic, because I think there's a public service there. But then also these new digital meteorologists, they picked up and announced that there was a tornado on the ground before the National Weather Service did. And not knocking the National Weather Service, they've got a lot going on and a lot of storms, but their guy was able to call it, spot it, show it on the radar, show the debris signature before an actual warning was announced. So I'm working on that. I will be live streaming from over there. The area where I do the normal Sunday morning live stream is open, and so I will be there, and I'll talk a little bit more about that and show some pictures and stuff.
Cool, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. And by the way, I agree with everything you said. I totally agreed. Totally agree that, like, I understand that there are situations, tactical situations, where going encrypted is important. But for most communications, no. It's just not needed.
Oh, I agree, and I understand the tactical channels, right? If active things are going on, but car traffic, what's going on, people calling and spotting stuff, that kind of stuff. Not people, but officers in the field, getting that kind of information, knowing where stuff is happening, I think is very valuable to the community. I doubt the number of people actually using scanners in the commission of a crime is very minimal. They're probably still trying to figure out how to program their Bofang, so I wouldn't worry about that too much.
Yeah. Yeah, good points all around. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for hanging out. All right, next, Dave, Hillbilly Ham. How's it going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, Josh? I got the mic working this week. I don't know what the problem was last week.
Yeah, you're good. Loud and clear.
Not a whole lot. Working on a series on my channel on ATOS with a mag mount. Temporary setup to where I can use it on my wife's car.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not. I've already had people reaching out to me. You got to do bonding and permanent. That's not what this is about. This is be able to use this as a temporary. So far, I can get 6 through 20, but I have not been able to get 30 and 40. Well, that's the next video I'm working on. Mm-hmm. If I gotta throw some radials off the magnet or what, but I'm gonna use my old hillbilly ingenuity and get it to where this can be used as a temporary antenna on my wife's car without doing a permanent install. Other than that, tomorrow I'm going to see granddaughters do a dance recital, and hopefully the rain stops. And like Tim was talking about with the tornadoes, they're talking flooding and possible severe storms coming through again. And he's right, the deal about like with Ryan, because I immediately started reaching out to him with Ryan Halls, because I'm part of Skywarn here in Missouri. Started reaching out to make sure he was all right and knew what was going on, because the first thing I had heard about it was through Ryan Hall, and it wasn't through our National Weather Service stuff.
That's crazy. I mean, good, I guess, but crazy at the same time. Also, with the defunding somewhat of the weather system, I don't know, man. I think that's the wrong direction. It's been the wrong direction for a while, but
Oh, that's made a difference, and Tim's right. I mean, they've got a lot of stuff going on, and I mean, there was a major outbreak going through Illinois and stuff before it got to Indiana. So I mean, they were Missouri's, Illinois, Indiana, Tennessee's, all of those National Weather Service were super busy that day.
Do y'all track them?
Y'all track what? Tornadoes?
Tornadoes, yeah, because we do.
I hope so.
No, I mean the hams.
I mean,
we do.
don't in California, but okay, guys, I just want to be really clear. I bring my scanner when I go to Huntsville. I am listening on my scanner when I'm driving in the rental car. Almost when I get off the plane, I got the scanner out and I'm scanning in Huntsville for weather reports, all of that. I got weather turned on. I do the whole 9 yards. So if you're not, and I'm a Californian, and I'm coming into the tornado alley, and I got the radio on me, I'm listening.
Yeah, and sorry, Dave, I don't mean to take up your time.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, Don, that you asked, do we track them? Tim's heard our Skywarn group. We've got a very robust group that's out spotting tornadoes.
Yeah, no, go ahead, Tim. Sorry. Or you're just hitting the button. Yeah. Because what we do here is like our Aries groups fire up, and we run Skywarn, and we communicate with the National Weather Service, because the National Weather Service comes onto our nets and gets reports from us. So the net control operators take reports, and then when the National Weather Service comes in, they'll get it, because their like radars don't really track the tornadoes as well as they get the information from ham radio operators, and that's still true today. They're just not accurate, and so they'll see something that, oh, this looks like, and they'd rather get a report from the field to somebody that's actually seen it and trained in how to recognize it. And so all over DFW in this North Texas area, we do that.
Oh yeah, National Weather Service wants ground truth. I mean, they can see the rotation and radar and stuff, but they definitely want that ground truth.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right. Right on, man. Well, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. And yes, I think, yeah. Do more of all that. I love it. Okay. Next. Mark, Soda Plus, what's going on, dude?
Hey, Josh, how you doing, man?
You feel I feel like you're not on the same mic you're normally on. Are you just not?
Let me do that same trick and try moving it closer.
Ah, yes. The old chestnut. What's going on, dude?
Well, I think you already covered my main topic, which was field day, and you covered it very nicely.
I tried, but feel free to add more thoughts, because you are now the master, going on 3 years of being the chief captain of captains for the W6TRW.
All right, sorry about that. Equipment malfunction.
Did you hear me?
Oh, I'm back. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but did you hear me? I gave you the best opening that one could ever give an opening for, and you didn't run with it. So what did you not hear?
I was just hoping to hear you do it twice.
Oh, okay. So I said, thank you very much, Mark, for your comments on my video, but you, as the captain of captains now for multiple years for Field Day, do you have any other thoughts you want to add to Field Day, and then tell me what's going on with your channel?
Yeah, I think you really nailed Field Day. I appreciate it. I would actually like to pair up the presentation that you gave with the slides that we gave to the club, because together I think they are really complete. What happened, by the way, Ormu decided to unplug my headphones, so I am solidly blaming the cat for this one.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, let's totally blame the cat for taking you offline.
Seems legit.
Yeah, totally.
It did actually happen, though, even though she's very cute. I I got some channel news, though. We got to do a very cool recording for our Sofas on the Air with in 6 area, of course. And for the first time ever, we brought in an out-of-town guest specifically to do the podcast.
Yes. Okay. So how did that go? Right, because I was literally on the phone with you while you were circling LAX looking for the guest. How did that work out?
So we got to do this more. This was an absolute blast. So we brought in Brian in our 7Y. He's the guy that did the modification, both firmware and hardware, to enable Quanshangs or Xunxiangs to do 2-meter CW, right?
Okay.
And he lives up in Oregon. He came down just to do this podcast, and of course we had to activate while he was here. But we got him over. We just finished recording this 2-hour podcast, and we had everything set up on the couch. And we thought, as long as we're here, we may as well hit the live button. It's, I don't know, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. And we just kind of went for it. So I have the live within our 7Y, which is the three of us, Brian and Ara and myself, being very tired on a sofa late at night, just yapping into mics.
I got it. I didn't realize you did this 22 hours
start
ago.
These things up. That's great.
Yeah.
So watch that video.
So
it's an easy read.
That video is not organized whatsoever. It's literally just us screwing around after we finished recording the podcast.
So are you recording now
podcast,
in Ara's workshop?
Yes. We have transitioned to Ara's workshop. It has much better acoustics. And on the back left side, you can see the crowning glory, which is a fully functional pick and place machine.
Yeah, I want to go to Ara's workshop, so I almost you got to get me back on the schedule for a year or so after the first one, because I would love to record in Ara's space. I just look at this and I'm like, oh man, I'm so impressed. That's awesome.
Ara's workshop sounds like a good YouTube channel name.
I can see some Harbor Freight products. I already picked one out. It's right there. It's the ultrasonic cleaner from Harbor Freight, so we know he's one of us.
Yep.
He will make it work with whatever, something cheap and good. That's awesome.
And also notice that he has an HF station set up above the workbench so he can make 2-meter CW contacts while he's building product.
You just said he has an HF station so he can make 2-meter. So he's got.
Sorry, it's HF 2 meters and.
Okay, he's
UHF.
got the whole rig. Okay, yeah.
All of the above. It's all of the systems. Yeah. So sometimes I'll get him on the radio while he's actively building, alpha test versions that I'm going to go test out later.
I love it. That's so cool.
So I think the same way you do the after chat, I get it now. It is a remarkably good way to blow off steam after you've done something you actually planned.
Yeah, I mean, I always like it when we just work through questions. That's always my favorite thing is like, let me, okay. I'll be completely honest with you guys. If I like hanging out with all of you, but I don't know that I would do it like every week. And I don't mean that like in a bad way, but I like to have a goal of, we're trying to continue to help out people in amateur radio. So my goal is to always answer questions when I can. And we have such a good group in the chat that they're so forthcoming with information. I like to buck the trends that like, oh, amateur radio, all these guys won't tell you the secrets, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I've been out here for I don't even know how many years, and so have all of you in helping people. And yeah, we have a lot of fun while we're doing it and hanging out, but at the same time, like, that's the goal. The goal is to like get people on the air. And we've been doing it for almost a decade, guys. We're going to get to a decade here. It's not too long, and it's a little scary, but oh my God. Yeah. So continue. Sorry, Mark.
A decade. Congratulations. Well, earlier you were giving one of our newer HamTuber friends the advice to just start getting regular. That was the first advice you gave me, and that was great advice.
I know, right? I know. It's so simple. Figure out the schedule you can live by, and then live by it. That's it. Set yourself a goal. Just live the schedule. That's it.
So I think the after show thing that R and I were doing live is fundamentally pretty different. Usually we have a whole plan for the podcast. We work through that. We get to the end. We say goodbye. And then as soon as we turn off the camera, there's a ton of questions. We're like, oh, you know what we should have just discussed? And then we always have 30 to 60 minutes of after filming back and forth with our guests to figure out like, oh, what is all this stuff that we didn't cover? And so we're thinking, just leave the camera on. We'll do it live.
I will say that while we've been talking, I was texting Ara on the back end, and that's all I got to say.
Is that why I'm getting text from Ara on the back end?
That's all I got to say right now is this little picture there. So that's it. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
Yes.
I don't know what that is.
I will tell you what, those are coming soon, and I got to see serial number 001 yesterday.
Don't know what that is, guys. Don't know what it is, but maybe we'll talk about it here in the field day. I don't know. It could be that soon.
Well, and if anybody feels really ambitious, if they go to n6ara.com, they could probably figure it out.
Oh, really? Because the fact that you have a BNC antenna that connects to the BNC filter that connects to the BNC radio adapter you have makes sense. It makes sense. I don't know. This is me. I don't know. Very excited. They also seem to be orange, so you know that I'm very excited now.
So there is a possibility that they might eventually come in other colors, but I told Ara, look, it has to match my cat.
Right?
If the filter doesn't match my cat, it doesn't go on the radio.
Yeah. It's got to be cat. It's got to be cat compatible.
I call it Ormu Orange.
Cat-patable. It's cat-patable.
Yeah. And those filters are really important. I'm sure you've been up to Whiskey 6 Charlie Tango 226, where we filmed the Sodaphone video over in Pasadena, right?
What? Say again?
Yeah, I think you've been over to Whiskey 6 Charlie Tango 226, Cerro Negro Benchmark. It's in Pasadena.
I don't actually know. I try not to get into that area at all if I can. To be honest with you.
Well,
I try not to drive to LA like town, city proper, to be honest. And it's not for anything. It's good for parking. I hate parking in LA.
Okay, so it's a good, easy drive up Soda Summit. It's free. There's usually parking there. And it has good line of sight to about 2/3 of the Southern California 2-meter CW operators. So it's the perfect place to test out radios. And we had Brian in R7Y, so we, of course, have Chun Shungs with us. I will tell you what, if you do not have one of these 2-meter filters, those radios just don't work. There's way too much RF on that peak.
Yeah. Well, that is true. So just in general, there are so many summits in our area, or not even California, just wherever. If there's like a shack and they've got microwave and all kinds of other things going on, you need a proper 2-meter filter. So this is a perfect thing to have in your kit. Awesome. Very excited.
Yeah, so I'm really excited that Ara is going to get those things out the door soon.
Me too.
We also have some breaking news on the Chun Shung firmware side. So, you know how occasionally people want to use a bug so that they can send the most random long didad, right?
Yeah, it's the southern twang of the
It's the southern twang. There is now possibly the least useful feature ever where you can enable bug mode for 2-meter CW.
On the Quan Shang software, you can enable bug mode.
If you look really hard, yeah, it's there on a firmware that's going to come out soon.
I want to be really clear. It will interface with a bug, is what you're saying.
Yes.
That's nuts. I'm still. Did you ask the question that I gave you? Did you ask it? I will wait. I won't say anything else other than that. Did you ask that question?
I asked it, and we had an extensive discussion. It's about an hour into the podcast.
Excellent. I will wait for that question, because
not only that, I did give you proper credit for it.
Well, thank you. I'm very excited to hear it, because I am very curious on what his thoughts are on that question. So I hope you guys all watch Soda Plus here for when they drop the podcast. Apparently, my son is.
Yeah,
what's going on?
It's also one way or another the best audio and video I think we've pulled off so far. This was done with the proper dynamic mics, proper nonlinear leveling, and we also were using a proper 12-bit depth camera to shoot with. So I think it came out pretty well. We had fun.
Nice. Very good. All right, well, that's awesome. Well, we will see you next week in proper POTA fashion. What time you guys all getting up there?
I will be getting up there on Friday afternoon. Adam will be coming up early on Saturday. So anytime between those two times is good for me. There is a slight change in plans, and might as well announce it here first. Adam and Brooks have decided that they will be cooking the group a dinner and a breakfast. So there will be a large pot. There will be a large pot of K6ARK spaghetti and coffee and pancakes to wake up to.
Wow. I'm very excited because I've had food from Adam. I might have had food from Brooks, and so I'm very, very, very happy about that. Very excited. So excellent.
Yes.
I love that.
And Brooks is a great chef, so I'm really happy the two of them stepped up. And Adam can make more than antennas.
I will bring some cash to hide into their bags because they probably won't take it if I give that to them. So
please don't. The club is fully funding it.
Oh, is it? Oh, wow! Fully funded by the club. Okay, even better. I love it.
That is why we have our very expensive $30 a year membership dues.
$35, and you get access to a cooked meal from Adam K6ARK. Think about that, kids. That's awesome.
It's literally one of the best deals in ham radio.
Adam has cooked food for my sons, fish and all the other stuff. And amazing. He's a great camp cook. There isn't anything you can't do if you give him a propane stove and a bit of trout and fish.
Yep. So anyway, it'll be a really fun time next week, and the Starlink is updated and ready to go. So unlimited data awaits.
Excellent. Well, I will tap into the unlimited data because I will be live on the summit on I don't know, we might go live on Friday. I haven't decided not to because we're so dialed in on the live stream. We might just do that, but we'll see. We'll see. But definitely on Saturday for Field Day. And maybe extended stream. I've got the charging, all that stuff sorted out, so it's going to be freaking fantastic. I'm very excited.
So good.
Ben is going to summer camp. He is off to summer camp for scouting. Can't do the shooting, so what are we doing? Swimming? Yeah. That is an Eagle merit badge, so you need to get that anyway.
And then at Long Beach Sea Base, I'm going to be doing...
Yeah, swimming is a really useful one. Every so often, people fall in rivers.
So, I'm going to go
You got to get closer to that.
I'm going to go to Long Beach Sea Base after I go to summer camp, like a little bit after. And there I'm going to do small boat sailing. And because I already signed up for that and rifle shooting had been canceled, I just signed up for swimming because it was a prerequisite.
Got it. Okay, there you go. Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Mark. Appreciate you. He's showing off my glue stick, which I might bring to Field Day. Never know when you might need a glue stick. Dremel glue stick. Cool, buddy. I appreciate you, man. We will talk if there's anything that comes up between here and now and when we head out. Let me know because I've got gear for days. I have the mesh core repeater. I will be bringing the Azel for satellite. I will have my QRP station. Do we need feed line? Do we know if we need feed line?
It is always helpful to have more feed line. In particular, I want to run 2 feed lines up the hex beam so that we can do 6 meters on that as well.
Okay, because I have the pop out feed for the. You could just drop the feed probably on the 6 meter. I'm worried about transmitting at the same time though, on the 6 meters on 2 separate antennas.
We did it last two winter field days ago because we have a 6 meter bandpass filter that's pretty darn good, and it turned out it was fine.
But it's not going through the triplexer.
Correct. So we'll put 3 bands through the triplexer 2015 tin and then run a separate feed line with a filter for 6.
Yeah, but if you have, okay, so you got 2 coaxes. One's coming out the triplexer for 2015 and 10, and then you have a second coax that's going straight to the 6 meters. It's still on the bus for the hex beam. You mean we tapped 2 feed points on the hex beam and there was no problems?
It worked fine. QRP is awesome. Also, we did it with 100 watts last time, and even 100 watts, it was fine.
Holy crap. I would have never done that, but okay. QRP is going to be fine. Let's do it.
Sometimes you just got to YOLO it. We can do it.
6 is well above the others. That is true. 6 is way higher. It's like double the frequency.
And the filter we have is really good. All of the filters are really good narrowband filters designed for 200 watts. So for QRP, they're complete overkill.
I'm giving adapters to children. I literally have an adapters box of many USBs, USB-Cs, 9 volts, all that stuff that I keep right here because I get asked for delicious.
And happy early Father's Day to all.
Oh, very nice. Ben says happy Father's Day to everybody. So, yes. And Mark, soon to be a father. Congratulations, buddy. Keep doing the hard work there. The only thing I can tell you is make sure D sleeps. I know that is the only important thing. Just you got to be the Terry Tatum of sleeping. You got to be the office linebacker of sleep. Just make sure she sleeps. That's all that matters. Just sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. That's it. I'm telling you, this is the secret sauce of all of it. Make sure she sleeps.
That seems pretty doable.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. Thanks very much.
Right.
I appreciate you.
7-3s. I'll see you next weekend.
All right. And is Aaron here? Is Modern Morse here? Has he dawned us with his presence? Amazing if he did, but I don't think so. I think Modern Morse is not here right now. So, yeah, guys, field day is what you make of it, right? You can take as much time in laying out stuff, or you can just show up and have fun. I would encourage you to use the ARRL locator if you're not in a club. You're a week out, so you probably won't be able to like email somebody and say like, "Hey, I'm just some random guy, like I'm going to show up, like put me to work." Like that might not work. But at the same time, it's like I'm not against you trying it. I'm not against you like saying, "Hey, I'm going to show up. I know I'm not a member, but I literally found you because of the ARRL locator. I'm going to come out. I got 5 hours. If you want to put me on radio, I'd love to try it. I'm not good." Like just lay it all out there. Say like, "Hey, I've never really done this before, but I still want to check it out, and I'd love to try." And they might make you help them out with logging. Logging would be great for a first timer. All that stuff. Like, I bet you, if you're interested in this and you just come earnest and honest, open hand and hat kind of thing, you'll probably have a really good time.
I've been doing field day for more than 30 years, and I'll tell you, if somebody came to us and said, "Can you use an extra set of hands?" Absolutely, with welcome arms. I can't imagine a club that would turn anybody down. You may not get an operating position, but there is always a spot for extra hands, especially on Saturday morning, especially when you're trying to put up antennas and masts.
Yep.
There's never enough people.
There you go.
I literally did that at the last CVARC meeting for the safety officer position.
There you go, man. There you go, guys. Literally just
first field day, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I love that. Just literally get out there and be like, "Hey, I just want to help. How can I help? What can I do right now? Let's make this work. Want to help? I know I'm not a member, but it's cool. I'm going around checking out other field days and all that stuff. Like, yeah, do the whole thing." So anyway, I hope you guys have a great field day. If you are kind of soloing it, no big deal. That's cool too. You can literally set up your station in your backyard. You're a home operator, but I would encourage you to run emergency power. I highly, highly recommend that you consider fully off-grid communications. This is the weekend to do it. And it's a challenge because it's a full weekend of transmitting, right? And if you do that, you can actually log other home stations. You can't do that if you're just a home station. Home stations are like, hey, I'm just sitting here, I'm just making contacts. I'm at home. Doesn't work for field day. You got to have emergency power. If you can do that, sky's the limit. You can go nuts. So hope you do try and do that. It'll be a lot of fun. Everybody on the Discord, I'm gonna hop off here. I'm gonna wrap it up. So thank you for hanging out. I appreciate y'all. Okay. Discord silent.
Before you run off, I don't know if you talked about this on some of the ones I missed.
Yeah.
But is the podcast pretty much dead?
I haven't talked about it. We're definitely on a break. I have mentioned that it's largely because of the work schedule that I have right now. I'm under a tremendous amount of work problem is not the right word. Work schedule causes me to not be able to be home to record on most weeks. I travel a lot. We are doing a ton of stuff. Will the podcast be back? I don't know. Am I willing to say it's dead? No, I'm not willing to do that. So that's all I'll say. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya. All right. Well, there you go, everybody. Appreciate you hanging out. I am going to grab some food here at 10 o'clock, and I will talk to you on the air here in 1 week. I don't think I'll be on the radio. I wanted to do a POTA in Huntsville. I don't know that I can make that work. I'm not convinced that it won't work, so I'll have my radio with me just in case, but likely it's not possible. Anyway, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, and I will talk to you very soon. 73.